Hello, welcome viewers. I am RxOliver. These are my friends, and tonight we're playing Ashes Without Number. This is after the end, session 4. We are a man down tonight. It's no Emma, so it's myself, Brian, Max, and Logan Brian from the Council of Brians. So it's Max, Oliver, and the Council of Brians this evening.
There we go.
Ready to get down to some business. So thanks very much for joining me, gentlemen. Logan, Brian, if you'd like to take it away.
Absolutely. So, when we left you last session, you had just freed some survivors who were tied up in kind of a very primitively put together cage, being held by a group that I think we'll refer to as the father and his children. You had an altercation with some of the children and then faced the father himself, and he ran off with the remainder of his children after Brian managed to kill one in combat and then also literally slice the throat of another one as he was kneeling in deference to his father. For those of you who watched last session, you may recall that there was some interesting concerns being raised about, oh my god, Brian's getting so much stress and all this stress is flying around. Well, I found out in between sessions that we were doing stress a little bit wrong, so we're going to retcon that. It happens with the new system.
Oh yeah.
So instead, I've reset Abigail's stress to 1 already. And now, since the combat scene is over, in Ashes Without Number, everyone who took part in the combat scene suffers stress depending upon what happened. A good quote from the rules is that where is it? For combat-related stress, it's applied to all PCs who actively participated in the fight. A PC who never fires his pistol might escape the guilt of gunning down a half a dozen ragged bandits. But if he blazes away and misses, he's just as culpable in the stress to everyone else. So everyone did actually take part in the scuffle with the children in one way or another. So we're going to go down the list of stress and see what everyone takes. First of all, other human beings were killed. That is 2 points of stress that everyone suffers. For everyone present, it was the first human kill. Obviously, they fought some dogs in the 0 session, or the first session. But this is the first kill of another human being, so everyone is going to suffer an additional 1d6 stress for that, which I will allow you all to roll separately. And I will roll for Emma, since she is not here.
So I have to roll that now?
You can, or you can wait until we go through the list.
Oh, is there more? Right, I'll leave it for now.
Yeah, there's more.
Yeah, we'll do it after.
Okay.
Killing more than one in the scene. Yep. Two of the children fell to your attacks. That's a total of 3 plus 1d6. They were threatening your life, so that's fine. They were helpless or non-violent. So the second child that Brian killed was in fact helpless and or non-violent because he was on his knees in reverence to the father at that moment. And you snuck up behind him and cut his throat. So, which is fine. I loved it, but that's an additional 2. So now we're at, let's see, 2, 3.
Is that an
4,
additional 2 for
5.
all of us because Abigail did that?
Yeah, this is for everybody because you saw it. You
Yeah,
witnessed it.
you're fair. Yeah.
We're
I
probably
like
gonna be
this.
almost maxed out on our stress level.
I love when
not necessarily.
I love when a stress type mechanic is really brutal. I love it.
Right.
It's a great part of a game.
So we're at 5 plus 1d6. Nobody was mortally wounded or died. You didn't steal any valuables from a non-enemy. And then all the other things that you guys took stress for or saved against, as in, seeing the gallery and all that stuff. that still applies. So in Brian's case, you do still gain, you individually still gain an additional 1 point for the gallery.
I saw that stuff as well.
I believe you saved against it, though, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I didn't.
Yeah, Brian didn't. So, Brian, you automatically get 1. Everybody else is going to get 5 plus 1d6. I'm going to roll for Emma now. Ooh, she gets a total of 9.
Oh, jeez.
Oh.
11 for me.
I'm kind of lying on that. So I just rolled to roll a d6.
Oh, Abigail actually ends up doing better than everybody else.
Yeah, I'm on 11 stress. I got 11 stress. What am I on?
And then 9 for Kang.
Meh.
What's stress? Current stress 4. I've got to add 11 to that. I'm on 15.
Yeah, that's not your max, though, is it? Nobody's hit their...
How
do you know what your max
total
is?
So, it's equal to your wisdom.
Yes.
Oh, I've just hit it. Hit it and not went over it.
Okay, so here's the deal. If you hit your stress, you're fine. If your stress goes above your wisdom score, and I have removed the cap on that box, so you can keep hitting plus to have it keep going up, because it might. If your stress goes above that, you're going to suffer a breakdown, where you have to make a mental save. If you succeed, and it does have a penalty, sadly, but if you succeed, then you're fine until you take more stress. And every time you gain additional stress when you're above your maximum, you have to make these saves that get progressively worse until you have a breakdown. What a breakdown does is it basically affects you in some way. Just to give you an example, one potential breakdown you can have is Death Wish. You become utterly negligent of your own life and health. You cannot willingly retreat from combat, and your maximum hit point total is decreased by 2 points per character level due to your recklessness. There are several other ones that are possible. I will decide based upon the situation which breakdown you have. Now, in addition to that, if you are about to suffer a breakdown, you can say, I want to become hardened. Okay? So hardening is when you suffer something called a psychic scar. And that scar will also have an effect on your character permanently from that point on. But if you become hardened, your stress instantly zeroes out. And from that point on, whenever you suffer stress, the first point of stress you suffer in a scene is ignored. If you become hardened twice, the first 2 points of stress you suffer in a scene is ignored. But at that point, you'll have 2 psychic scars, and so on. So your stress maxing out is not the end of your character by any means. Well, it's just your character changes and grows because of it.
Do you think it's good flavor for me to do that in this situation because it was in a church?
Well, you won't do it yet because you're just at your max.
So I'm just at it, so I don't need to do it. If I
you
go
don't
higher,
need to do it.
If I go higher, I would want to do it, right? Okay.
If you take any more stress,
right,
you're going to have to fight a breakdown.
I think taking
and then
all
what
that
I would encourage based on the rules is, again, you're going to make a mental save when you potentially suffer your first breakdown. If you make the save, you're still good.
Mm-hmm.
So I wouldn't necessarily become hardened at that point unless you really want to. It's at that first point that you failed that save that I would say, yeah, go ahead and become hardened.
All right, okay. It's just because it was flavorful, but it felt good because it was a church that everything went down at, and we took all that stress, and they saw people being crucified and flayed on crosses within a church. Right. It would have been, if I'd went over it, it'd have been a nice time to do it. Because
it would have been a nice time to do it, yeah, but you didn't. You're keeping it together. You're keeping it together, right?
Yeah.
We need to talk about ways to reduce that now, or at some point.
Yes. So again, we did do this the last time we camped, and we were, I imagine, about to camp now because you guys got to the church as the sun was going down. At this point, I would say the sun is set. There may still be a little red on the horizon, perhaps a nice deep crimson blood red to remind you of what just happened in this church. There was some discussion of your party splitting up, and some of you, the active characters, going on to the supermarket, while Sophia led the other remaining survivors back to the auto repair shop to potentially begin to make that more of a permanent camp. I don't know that you've decided yet, but that was what was discussed. And so that's kind of what we're going to go with.
Kind of like the idea of
as-
that for a camp. We've got a nice start for something there, eh?
Yeah, I had a question. Did we want to leave the key with Sophia if she's going back, so at least we know the key's safe with them? So if we get the key with us, we don't lose it?
I think that was the idea, that you gave the key
Yeah.
to her. I haven't
Okay.
made an actual key item, but yeah, I can do that.
Okay.
Or did I? Did I give Abigail the key
I
as
don't
an
know.
item?
I don't know.
I don't
Nope.
think I did.
So,
'Cause she was the one who found it initially.
Anyway, I'm going to crack open my bottle of booze when I get back to that.
Right? Yeah, she doesn't have a key. So yeah, we'll
Yeah.
just say I'll make it an item here at some point, but for now we'll say Sophia has it.
I have
Yeah,
a quick
She's
question.
going to lead them back there. Yeah.
Is there any chance that there's enough time where I can craft like a spear for Abigail? Because since I create one for the father, there might be enough stuff where I can cobble something together.
Okay, I mean, throughout the church, there's probably enough like tech level 0 scrap you could potentially use for that, so I wouldn't be opposed to it. Take a look at those rules for construction to make sure you know what you're doing, and I will do so here in a minute as well. But before we get
Okay.
to that, that'll be like kind of like your camp action, as it
Oh
were.
yeah, that's what I was asking, if there was enough stuff, because
Right.
it's like I still have some of that stuff with me that I like the 0 level stuff, and I'm like, hey, there might be a point of this or
Do
something.
you have? I thought you left all of your scrap back at the auto repair shop.
Oh no, I just brought the 0 level stuff. It wasn't even that heavy.
Oh, okay. I mean, every single piece of scrap is one weight, so
Yeah, you're
Oh,
dragging
it's
around.
not heavy.
You're dragging around some
No,
wood and
never mind, I'll just leave
steel
it
and
there.
concrete.
That's fine. I didn't realize.
Yeah,
that.
I have it logged that all the scrap is currently at the auto repair shop, but you should be able to find enough TL0 stuff here to quickly put a spear together.
Okay.
I don't have a problem with that. But before we get on to that, is there anything anybody else wants to do for the evening? Kang's going to be crafting a spear for Abigail.
Well, what's the plan after he's done that? Are we heading out to go to the supermarket
else do you
still,
wanna do?
and then going to the?
You're muted,
Oh.
Oliver.
Yes, I am, because I was coughing, and I remembered to mute Discord as well as my recording software. So what's the plan? Are we planning on going to the supermarket and then back to the auto repair shop tonight? Is that our plan?
Well, for where it's on the map.
Well, also don't forget to look at your provisions, because
Yeah.
you are going to need to consume a ration this evening. Sophia, Sophia and Kang don't necessarily need to. We will say that your other survivors are able to find some non-suspicious rations that were being used to fed them, right? They found their gear, so they're all fine. But the three of you, well, okay,
We're not
not
counting
Kang.
water, are we?
No, but again, snow outside,
Yeah,
easy enough
I've
to
got-
set
Yeah.
up a fire and.
I've got 2 days' food. What's everybody else got?
I have 2 preserved food.
Max, what's Can got?
I'm about to see.
He's
That's
probably got 2 as well. I think you spread it around.
We might be alright to head out and do something tonight other than go foraging, because we've all got 2 days. If we've all
Yeah.
got 2 days.
Oh well, tonight you're gonna have to camp. I'm
gonna
more
camp.
thinking about tomorrow.
Yeah, are we going to camp here, or do we have time to get back to the auto repair shop?
You know, that's a good question. So if we look at the map, you are relatively close. It is moving into the next hex again. But
Yeah, it's not. It's, it's closer than anything else.
I would not be upset if you guys wanted to just go back to the auto repair shop with the rest of the survivors and set up camp there.
If we're
Yeah, it'll be safer bet.
if it's
because we
night
can-
time and we're camping anyway, we might as well camp in safety in numbers,
Right.
and then head out
Yeah.
tomorrow.
Now, are you going to move quickly, which means you'll be exposed and it won't take as long? Or are you not going to move quickly? You're going to move stealthily again, but you do know where you're going, so like you'll be able to get there in time to camp.
I think move stealthily because I don't want people seeing us go in there. We want to keep it as unknown as possible. So try
Okay.
not let people see us go in there is a good idea. Always try to be stealthy when
do
we're
a little,
approaching there. In fact, let's make it a rule. That should be a survival rule that when we're approaching our home base, we should always approach stealthily so people can't or have less chance of following us.
It's a good idea.
Yeah.
So yeah, it does take you a couple of hours to get back, but you just kind of forged this path between the auto repair shop and the church, so it's not like you have to find a new path. You know where you're going, but you do manage to get there without any kind of serious experience or event. Just like on your walk here, you know, although it is dark at this point, so is somebody going to use a torch, or are you traveling just by the light of the stars?
Well, we kind of half know the route, so I think maybe not have a torch because
No
again,
torch.
that's
Okay,
drawing
that's fine.
attention to
Yeah.
us.
Yep,
Try and be
that's
as
fine.
discreet as possible.
Yeah,
Yeah, if we got some starlight, then that should be enough.
yeah. And again, the weather isn't bad. If the weather had gotten bad, I probably would have required that you light a torch. But the weather is, to say not bad, it's still snowing. But like, because it's almost always snowing, or there's snow drifts blown off of the tall ruins. But yeah, there's maybe a full moon out, and there's enough light for you to see your way back. It's fine. And you get back to the auto repair shop, and why doesn't it's the whole group of you, right? So it's you know, how many of you are there currently? 7 people?
Yeah.
So
it's
7
like-
of you traveling as a pack. Let's go over to the auto repair shop.
Okay.
Activate. So we're going to actually move you guys outside for a second
Oh,
as
that's
you
fine.
approach the auto repair shop.
Mm.
You did lock it up when you left,
Yeah, we did.
which
Yes.
is good to recall. Also, Francisco is with you, and Jacob is with you. Okay. So, you approach. You can put yourselves wherever you want, however you want to approach it, but you did lock the front doors, you locked the back doors, and you closed the garage doors, which have a locking mechanism from the inside.
Mm-hmm.
The red handprint is still there. Obviously, you didn't do anything to remove it, but you don't see anything else immediately apparent. However, why doesn't everybody go ahead and make a notice check for me? Using wisdom, because this is just kind of a perception check. Or if you can justify using another stat because of where you're going to look, I want you to be... You said you were being careful, so...
I don't have.
that is
I
really
don't have
cockroach.
notice, but can I
So
say?
again, untrained.
Well, could I say because I made the suggestion to not use the torches and to go stealthily? Can I use lead? Because I'm in front
Oh.
and I'm taking command. Because I did say, right, let's do this and let's do this, and I gave us the plan for how we were going back.
Tell you
so
what, I'll let
can I
you
roll a
roll
lead?
lead. I'll let you roll lead to see if you can actually give a bonus to everybody else for paying attention to stuff.
And what am I rolling on wisdom with lead?
Yes.
Brian, I had a quick question.
10. Okay. What's your question, Max?
Well, can I suggest is that before we leave, we can grab a bunch of scrap wood and use it as firewood, so when we come back, we have stuff
Absolutely.
to burn.
How much wood are you capable of carrying, and how much, essentially, tech level 0 scrap do you want everybody to carry?
I look at everybody. What, 2 pounds, or is it like equivalent? Like,
Two encumbrance units.
yeah,
If the understanding is you're just going to leave it here when you get back,
yeah.
as long
that's
as
it.
everybody's okay with that, you instruct everybody to pick up 2 units of tech level 0 scrap.
I can take 2
Yeah,
units of
so-
scrap.
That'll actually put me over.
Doesn't put me over.
Okay,
I've got-
so
I've got
Abigail's
space
not
for
going to be able to
scrap.
help.
Well, I say we got the.
I can do
everybody else.
1, but I can't do 2.
Oh, no, that's fine. It just enough that we have wood because if they're going to stay here for a little bit, they have something to burn.
Remember, you've got
I'll
your,
tell you what Abigail
you've
could
got
do
your
if you wanted to,
It's not your
Brian.
ready, it's your stowed that you're doing this on. Because it can be in your backpack.
Yeah, you can put it.
So it's
Brian's
the space
pretty-
you've got in stowed.
Brian's pretty weighed out.
Ah,
Like Abigail
Well,
is
I could take half a dozen.
carrying a lot of stuff.
I could take 6.
Well, no. What I was going to say is, Brian, you could attempt to make a strength check, or rather, not a strength check. It'd actually be a physical save, which is
Okay.
also beneficial because that uses your dex to try to move normally as
Okay.
you are overburdened. But that's up to you.
You know what? I'll give it a shot.
Okay.
My physical save isn't too bad.
I'll take 6 pieces of scrap. You can put 6 pieces of scrap on my inventory if you want, Brian.
Oh, I'm not going to bother to pull it all out and put it in your inventory.
Oh, okay.
Because you're just going to leave it
I'm
here
just
when you
about,
get
I'm
back.
just about to leave it here, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll take
and,
6
Okay.
of them.
well,
Hey,
Yeah.
Nice.
So yeah, you can take really up to half again your stowed weight if you want to.
No, I'm just taking 6. I'm still under stowed.
No, I mean Abigail because she
Alright.
made
Yeah.
a physical save to move.
so we round up or down?
You round down.
Okay, so that'd be 4. So I could take 5 total.
Okay, so 5 from you, 6 from Oliver.
I can take about.
How much is Kang gonna carry?
Well, I have 8, and I can max stows 12, so I'm gonna take 3.
Okay, 3.
So I
So
did a left one open in my stowed.
5, 6 is 11, 3 is 14, and I will give you. I'll say everybody else can carry 3. So
Okay.
14 plus 12
Oh,
is 26 units of TL0 scrap that you're able to lug back to the auto shop. However, you're all currently kind of weighed down with this. I mean, nobody else is in a difficult way. Abigail is the one who decided to really try and pump a lot back for everybody else. But yeah, so going back to the original situation, Oliver succeeded at a lead check to tell everybody, just kind of on the trip, hey, be careful, let's keep it quiet, keep an eye out, look at doors and corners, look up, make sure you're, basically just giving everybody advice on how to make sure everybody stays safe. Kang, then, that would actually be a 14 on that particular roll that you just made to notice once you're back at the shop. Let's have Abigail make a notice check +2, using wisdom.
Okay.
Oh, I can see the leadership with the person. Okay. Okay.
Okay, 8 is also good. So as you approach, obviously the auto repair shop is dark because no electricity. But you do manage to make out in the moonlight and the starlight filtering down through the snow signs that someone, and I'll say with Kang with such a high roll with 14, probably you're guessing 4 or 5, maybe even 6 people have been kind of, looks like they, at least from where you're standing, it looks like they tried the front door, looks like they then walked and maybe went around back, but then you see the tracks appearing from around the side of the garage as well. It looks like maybe somebody tried to open the garage doors, and then the tracks just kind of lead off.
So he makes prints right there, and he's kind of like looking at it, and he's just like poking at it with like a piece of stick or something, and kind of just take a measurement of footprint and stuff. It's like, oh yeah, there's like he points out there's like steps this way, steps that way, and it looks like they try to look around and see if they can get in. So can you tell like the size of the footprints? Are they more like man size, female size, or smaller?
I
or-
That I would say it would be a little bit more difficult to tell, especially in the snow. Snow doesn't really maintain sizes quite as well as like mud or that kind of debris.
Okay.
But you could definitely say they appear to be booted people.
Mhm. So it seems like somebody has
Not
been
that
by here.
such tracks would be anything else in this world.
Yeah.
Someone's been here anyway, so someone doesn't necessarily know that we're here, but knows about the place. But they've not been in. It doesn't
Yeah.
look like. It just looks like they've been trying to get in. They've not.
Correct. There's
not
no
managed to break
indication
in.
they actually got in.
So they might never come back. They might be
Well,
alright.
is that
But
we do know
he
there's
says that with,
supposedly
with not much faith in his own words when he says that. Actually,
yeah. Is that we know there might be some people in that hospital over there, but I said that we both go down right now, and I got something to work on too.
So again, because Kang rolled so high, as you are, whoever is getting ready to unlock the front doors, and as you're kind of all moving over that way and having a discussion of, these tracks that indicate that somebody was trying to get into your base, or you haven't decided it's your base yet. I'm just, I'm not trying to force you.
Yeah, this camp is much.
well, I wanted the church for a base because of who I am, but then there's some mean things been happening at that church. I don't know if I want that church.
I mean, you might be able to clean it out at some point.
Yeah,
but
no. I'm rather like he taps the side. I was like, this is my church. This is what I believe in.
God is gone from that place. God's abandoned that
Right.
place. I need a new church,
No,
better
no.
church.
But
Yeah,
yeah, so as you are getting ready to unlock the door, maybe you look over. Kang maybe glances over his shoulder, and you see, a ways off, far enough that you might be able to catch them if you really wanted to commit to it, but also far enough to where they might be able to lose you in the ruins. It looks like there's somebody standing there watching you. And it looks like they're holding something up to their eye. Maybe a scope,
Yeah,
so they can better see.
Yeah, so I
And-
look.
All you can really resolve at that distance is, like I said, it looks like they're holding something up to their eye. They might be wearing some kind of a mask, and they are definitely hooded with kind of like a reddish, as far as you can tell in the dim light, hoodie or coat hood of some kind.
He doesn't make an obvious note of that. Like whoever gets close to him, he probably walks over near Charlemagne. Charlemagne's like looking a little distant about what's going on. He's like, I don't want to cause any distress, but he kind of like tilts his head to the left, pointing like we're facing like right here. And as we're walking right there, and it's like Sophia's probably unlocking the door. Is like down toward that direction. And said, I believe I see someone watching us with maybe binoculars or something.
Okay, so
Can't tell from out this.
I'll try to look up without moving my head, so move my eyes only kind of look.
Sure. So when you look, they're already gone. And if Kang then looks there, they're gone as well.
So yeah, I said that we need to get inside fast and lock up, and maybe in the morning see we can find like maybe some clues or something.
How many was it, King?
From what I can see is one, but as he said that he see footprints. There might be a group that was before. They might have left some here watching just in case somebody else was coming by here. So yeah.
So it's probably, at this point, probably 9, 10 o'clock by the time you guys actually make it back. Again, keep in mind you've got all that scrap stored under the crawl space, which you access through the pit right behind the counter. Not pit, but hole.
The hole.
And
What would it take
according
to-
Go ahead.
What would it take to use some scrap fortifying a place?
I think a lot of the wood we could use probably.
So there is enough non-scrap stuff in this location, like all the old tires, various countertops and the lockers that you mentioned and things like that. You could probably block up most of the entrances relatively easily.
Mm-hmm.
The garage doors, which lock from the inside, those things are heavy duty. It would take a lot of work to fight your way through those, but you should be able to block the doors relatively easily.
I would like to do that.
Okay.
I would say
So-
with the
Go ahead.
I would say with the front, because I know we still have the shelves right here. Probably see maybe we can move some of them from the
Well, a lot of
windows
those
and
shelves are
stuff.
broken, but yes, like I said, there's enough detritus in this auto repair shop that you should be able to put up some. I don't know if you want to board the doorways or just pack them with a whole bunch of stuff. The other concern is the large plate glass window on the front of like the convenience store section. But if you take a close look at that window, it is one of those types of windows, and in fact, a lot of the other windows in the shop are as well, that it has kind of wire mesh in it, or maybe in between two panes. So it might be relatively sturdy, but
glass.
it's certainly... What's that?
Safety glass.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Type of safety
So-
glass.
It might be relatively sturdy, but at the same time, it doesn't prevent anybody from looking in and seeing what's going on unless you were to kind of board those over. And I mean, you could do that if you wanted to, but that kind of action would also make it very apparent that someone is using this place. So
I think we should block all the doors but one from the inside, but I think we should make so we've got one door but also another escape route, and I think that should be something either through the floor space, because we've got the option to do that, or through the ceiling. I think we should have an escape route through the ceiling or through the floor space. And I think we should build that. Whatever we need to do to build that, let's build that. Let's start with only having one way in, and we've got our own way that we know out, just in case, and let's build from there.
there would be a roof access point at some place in here, probably in the garage area.
So I'd probably
Yeah.
want to make sure we've got something fast for getting that, but then something we can pull up from our end. You know, like a piece of string device that we can pull it down when we're on the bottom level. It's just a string hanging down. We can pull it down, and then once we go up, if we pull the string up with us, they can't get it from down there. One of those.
I could
kind
probably
of
rig
things.
a rope ladder stuff. I mean,
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think a
something like
rope
that.
ladder would work.
I think we
So
can
I
work something
would
for
say
that.
maybe suggest the door that's over here in the very right. We plug that one in just to shove a bunch of shit in front of it, and just
Yeah.
have the back two like where the garage and this one right here for us the easy access through, and maybe even block this door.
I think block all but one. So we've got the main door in that one. Block all but one. We have our
Okay,
own
so-
escape route through the roof, and then
Not trying to be super mean, but you know, it's a survival game, so why not? This door over here is a fire escape door, so it only opens from the inside. There's not even handles or anything on the outside.
okay.
It only opens from the inside, but the problem is it opens outward. So if you're gonna block it, you would have to block it from the outside. But again, it only opens from the
So
inside.
maybe we don't need to block that one.
Okay.
Like that is not designed to be opened from the outside.
Yeah, if we don't block
No,
that one,
it
that's
is-
an emergency way
It's
out.
got one of those like
That could be an
bars that you have
emergency
to.
exit.
That's an
Right.
emergency
Okay.
exit, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is a regular door. It does have a small window in it, but that window also has kind of the safety glass on it. Recall I told you that there is a shattered window in the office.
I think we
which
blocked
could be
that
a
up.
problem.
I think we block these
Well, I
two
think-
doors.
You did for now, yeah.
I think we should
This
block
is
these
a
two.
very similar door to this one, and then these doors are actually glass doors that you would see like on the front of a store.
Yeah,
Again,
I say
much. Go
we,
ahead.
I say we block these two, and we keep this one as our main door. This one's an emergency exit, but we also make an emergency exit through the ceiling. and then on the ceiling I want to make like this is stage 2. That was stage 1. Stage 2 we want to make like a guard for thing, so somebody's got a platform to sit and watch people. And
so if you get people working on it, you can probably get the doors blocked tonight. Preparing like a guard station on the roof, that's going to take more time.
Oh yeah, that's stage 2.
That I think I'm going to relegate to like a camp improvement action. So now we're really getting into like camp rules here, which is fine. But that's something you can have Jacob, Francisco, and Shuilan if she decides to stay with you. Right now, she's just been kind of following you guys around in a fog because she's still very distraught over, the loss of her husband. But she did follow you, and she is with you, so you could potentially have them work on that when you're out doing other stuff.
I will say my flock is growing.
Right. I will say, as you're going around and looking at all these things, you do find the roof access point in the garage, as I said. It's roughly probably right about here. And as you look up, it looks like there is a switch or a hook or something that you can grab that would then basically make this collapsing, folding metal ladder just drop to enable you to climb up. So really all you need is something that you can hit that
I want to remove that hook
lever with
and replace it with a string, so the string's hanging down when we're inside, and then when we need to get up there we can pull the string, and then when we want to leave,
there's nothing on it right now. You're gonna have to attach something to the lever to release it.
Yeah, I mean that's this is what like King's doing this one, and
I want to rig it so that once we're up inside and we go up through it, we can then make it so that somebody else can't then get it down. So if we've got a string that goes up inside.
You would imagine that once you climb up it, essentially pulling it back up is not going to be too much of an issue. It looks like there might even be like a crank on it that is used to crank and have it, pull up on itself. Might need some oil or something like that, depending. But
what I'd like you to maybe rig up then is a lock for that works from the outside of it, so that if we use that as an escape route, we've got, say, like just a big metal bar on a pivot that turns and it's sideways, and then but when you turn it 90 degrees, it'll block that door, so we can escape through there and then block it, so somebody can't
block
chase
the door
us
up there.
Somebody can't chase
it is
us
kind
through
of like
it,
a hatch.
Yeah. So King actually suggested something. He takes out the tarp of the car tarp and he takes out the microscope. You just sets it down. It's like, well, we have this tarp. He's thinking that make it like an igloo kind of thing on top, where you can have the tarp on top and just have the snow walls, so you can have someone in there and just have little windows on each side that the snow will kind of blend in, so somebody can actually have it in and have it.
Well, it will be actually, an igloo isn't an awful idea. With a few tools, even like a discarded plastic tub that people use for like storing things in their house, and because the environment, there's none of you have experienced a day warm enough to melt ice in over 5 years. Well, not 5 years, probably closer to like 2 or 3 years, but you know what I mean. Winter is unending. So you could potentially use ice to make igloos up there, absolutely, the way that you intend. You wouldn't even need to use your tarp. You just need something to make the blocks on.
I think that's a good idea, because it's going to look natural if it's covered in snow, and you could have a watch point up there with somebody peering through it.
You could even throw snow and have it piled up almost like a drift, so that it does look more natural.
Snow, that's what I'm thinking. And just a bank of snow, a pile of snow sitting on top of the roof, and then if you have it coming down the side, so it does look like a natural snow drift up against the building, you could have a little igloo in there with a guy periscoping and watching the place.
But again, that's not stuff you're going to necessarily get done tonight. These are all ideas you guys should be writing down as this is something that we want to do, or have people that are staying at the camp do over the next several days, right? Great ideas, though. Definitely write them down. For now, sorry, go ahead, Max.
Oh, I was just saying, is this we get in there, he starts to fire up where the fire pit is, and he starts working on the spear for
Now,
Abigail.
if I remember correctly, you said the fire pit was in the office, and you were using the broken window as kind of the exhaust point.
What
Is
we
that correct?
were, but we decided to put it over here because there's still like the vents that's in the main garage. Anyways, we can pop
Where
open.
did you just? Can you show it to me again?
We had it over
In the-
here.
in the
Oh,
garage.
that's right. You were using one of the oil
Yeah.
pits. as
Yeah,
the-
yeah, we're using
Yeah.
one of the oil pits.
Yeah, that's right. Okay. The one that didn't have the truck over it. Like this,
Oh,
the
yeah,
truck
yeah.
is still
Oh, yeah.
there, so it'd be this
Yeah,
oil
we're
pit.
definitely having
Yeah.
the fire in the one that's not got the truck on top of it.
Okay, that's cool. Because, yeah, there are vents in there. Oh, and you just blocked the broken window in the office. That's right.
Mhm.
Okay, so keeping that in mind, so basically you're all going to spend the evening blocking all the doors that need to be blocked, right?
Mhm.
That's going to take time. I'm not going to give you an opportunity to do anything else like talk to each other, try to deal with some stress, anything like that. Your evening is spent unless you want to not sleep, which I wouldn't encourage you to do. I would encourage you to get some sleep at some point.
Yeah, sleep is good.
I will allow if you choose to, although I don't know that you really need to because you have leveled and gained some additional hit points. But if someone wanted to try to do some first aid, keep in mind though, if you have a good night's rest, you're gonna get a hit point back. So, or actually 2 hit points back, as you sleep. So I believe it's 2.
I would really like to try and get some stress off, actually.
Not gonna have time to do it if you're
Yeah,
spending all your time blocking
yeah.
the place up. You got to make a choice.
Yep.
Yeah, I've got to make a choice. I'm going to block the place up. I'm going to keep the stress.
Yeah, I think blocking the place up would be more important.
Yeah. So even just hitting that max stress, I think I'm still going to... Yeah.
So I wouldn't have
right.
any chance to make the spear for her, or no?
Not if you're focused on getting the place blocked up for the evening, because you would need to help with that as well.
Okay.
Now
that's
you
fine.
guys don't have to leave in the morning. You can stay in camp for a day, and maybe spend some time foraging in this hex, dealing with
That might
stress.
actually be an idea.
Yep. I mean, if you guys want to go that one, I can work on her weapon for her.
And keep in mind, you haven't scouted this hex either,
Yeah.
which
True.
is another earn experience.
True. Should we do that?
Yeah, let's do that.
Also, one of the ways that you can lose stress is by spending a day resting. And in terms of resting, I will say you will also be able to engage in some light camp actions.
Well, how about we
In a
spend tomorrow
familiar
resting
place,
then?
well fed and comfortable. So, like, you could just hang out here as well, but you'd have to like not go out and forage.
Yeah. We've got 2 days food. We're going to have to take one day off.
And
for
you're about
today.
to eat one of those now,
Yeah,
except
yeah,
for
yeah.
Max.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do that now.
So we're
before I
going to need
forget.
to forage anyway.
Yeah, we are. But we don't all need to go out foraging. Let's just all go out foraging tomorrow.
So now that you have camp followers, right, inactive characters and NPCs, you
Mhm.
can also have them go out and forage during the day.
I think that's what I'll do. I'm going to rest and send my flock out. I think.
Yeah, I don't think that one woman who came with us would probably want to go out. She probably wants to sit in and like, I don't want to go out there. I don't want to do anything.
Her who
right
was
now."
eating her husband. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Well,
I
I
think
mean, she is set, but you know, Oliver, you could attempt like a connect or maybe a talk roll to encourage her. Hey, maybe if you go out and do something.
That's just what I was about to... Yeah, I was just thinking that, actually. I've got these leadership skills and morale building qualities, so if
Yeah.
I can read her some inspiring story about Jesus. And
yeah, it's like a
she'll
little
be-
powwow.
And she'll be inspired.
So
I could maybe get her
Francisco
to go out.
is not trained in survive, so I don't know that I would send him out to forage.
Sophia
Jacob is though. Sophia is.
Sophia could lead the group because she's the other PC. She's the absent PC. She could lead the group.
Okay,
of
yeah, I'll
volunteers.
let you use her as I mean, she's in camp, so she's effectively a camp follower right now. Yeah.
Okay.
So Sophia could go out. Jacob could go because he has some survival ability. You could
Abigail will go out.
send.
Definitely going to.
Abigail will go with them, okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make you the primary roller then.
Yeah, you're the
Okay.
leader now because you're the PC.
Yep. Suilan can go with you because she does have some survival ability.
Well, I'm going to give her a pep talk about going out.
If you can get her to go.
Shall
So,
I roll
go ahead and
for
do that roll.
one of those?
You tell me how you're gonna do it. Are you just gonna try and talk her into it, or are you gonna try and forge that deeper connection?
I've got talk.
Or are you
and-
just gonna straight up be a leader and say, "Look, this is gonna help you"?
I've got talk, lead, and heal.
I know.
I'm gonna heal her morale by talking to her in a leadership way. Pick your poison. I've got all three. What should I use? I'm gonna use lead. I'm gonna tell her that I'm fucked and that I need to rest, but we need foraging done. We're not gonna have enough food to survive, and I have to put it in the hands of someone strong. And I know that you're strong, Julian. I've seen you. I don't know you long, but I know you're strong. I can tell you're strong, and I need you to do my foraging for me while I'm resting because I'm knackered.
So yeah, that'll be lead with charisma.
Lead with charisma.
Yeah, give me a minute, okay?
10.
Okay, yeah, 8's enough. So she nods her head and she's like, "It'll probably be good for me anyway, and you deserve a rest after you all saved us. I'll go out with your friends and see what we can find."
Find me something good. I really like Twinkies.
So-
find me a Twinkie.
Are you gonna have them spend? Basically, you're gonna be able to have them spend 8 hours doing stuff. They can forage for 8 hours, or, well, 10 hours actually is more what it is.
Charlotte's
I'm not gonna let them scout the hex. You guys have to do that if you want
Yeah,
to scout
yeah,
the
yeah,
hex.
yeah. But
So-
Abigail's going with them though. Abigail's leading the party, so Abigail can do it. Charlemagne, while he rests, so I believe that one way I could get rid of stress was to drink a whole bottle of booze. I'm gonna do some day drinking while they're out. That's gonna be my healing. So he's gonna read the Bible and drink a bottle of scotch.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
I
there's
already know mine.
there's 3 ways you can reduce stress. You can spend the day in a safe, familiar place, well-fed, comfortable. That'll work. You can spend an evening, so you can do that tonight, of heavy drinking, feasting, or indulgence, gaining 1 system strain instead of recovering any. Once per day, you can also talk to a friend for an hour who has to make a charisma or wisdom / heal or lead check. That's kind of your job, but somebody else might have it. Against a difficulty of 9, on a success, you lose 1 stress. On a failure, they gain 1 stress. So it's up to you if you want to try that with somebody a little bit later. The other thing is not going to happen right now. So yeah, I would say you spend the day resting, and then rather than do something in the evening, you also spend the evening just drinking. You just get smashed. So that's cool.
I'll convince
what
Sheila
is-
first before I start drinking. I'll convince her to go out foraging tomorrow.
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
and then I start drinking, right? So I'm gonna get stress back from that.
Oh, you're gonna do that like the evening you got back. No, you could do that then. You would do it after they're gonna be back before you start drinking.
Yeah.
Whether or not you drink openly in front of everybody is your choice.
No, the plan was to do it while they go out foraging tomorrow. I'm gonna do day drinking.
Okay, yeah, I'll let you do it. And technically, you are still resting as well, because you're in a safe place. So I'll let you get 2 stress back. You can delete the bottle, because you've drank it all.
Okay.
Although I'll be nice and say that bottle turns into 1 tech level 0 scrap,
Hey.
because you can use glass for stuff.
Okay.
Oh, I already forgot how much scrap we said you guys were bringing back. It was 26 tech level
I've got
0
it written
scrap
down. It's
you brought
26
back from
tech
the
levels
church.
either.
Yep.
So.
All right, so I'm taking 1 day of food off because it's we're doing that, right?
Yeah, so everybody remove a day of food for last night, except for Kang, if you want to start using your ability now.
Yeah, I want to do that just to save it, just in case
Yeah.
we need that.
Yeah, so I'll spend the evening with the rest, patching the place up. And then tomorrow, when Abigail leads a group foraging, is when I'm going to do my day drinking and my studying the Bible.
Okay. So, Kang, I assume you're not going with them. You're going to stay here and do some crafting?
Yeah, so it's like, depending on where he is, he still has the fire going, and he still's right there, and he's sitting, kind of lounging on, sitting on the tarp. Give him a nice spot to sit on so he won't freeze his butt.
I mean, you guys can get this place fairly warm if you leave the doors open on the inside and you have a big enough kind of fire going in the garage. That warmth will radiate. So yeah, you can stay relatively warm, and you're indoors, which always helps.
Yeah.
But what are you're just wanting to build the
craft spear for her. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so if we look at crafting,
Brian, I need about 5 minutes.
Yep.
Okay, so I'll be back in about 5.
Okay.
Yeah, no worries.
If not shorter.
We could do a halftime break if you want early. I don't mind.
Well, I mean,
Okay.
we can do the build crafting and then, or we can take a break now.
We could just do the building.
Yeah, do the crafting
if you
and
want.
that.
Yeah, that's all I'm doing is just the crafting stuff. So
Okay,
okay.
Okay, I'll be back quick.
Sounds good, Brian.
No
Thanks.
stress. No stress.
So let's see. You don't really need tools for TL0, so we're gonna build a TL0 spear.
Mm-hmm.
You need scrap. Yep. And you need the right skill, obviously. Fix.
Mm-hmm.
So once all the necessary ingredients, sure. Table above shows. Okay, so a melee weapon or bow takes 8 units of TL0 scrap and 2 days. No chance of failure under normal conditions. I will say that if you want to, since you're just building a spear, if you want to attempt to get it done today, you can make a fix check, which normally wouldn't be required if you took the full 2 days. But if you fail at the fix check, you're gonna lose some of the materials, and you're not gonna craft it.
Let me check.
You won't lose all the materials, you'll just lose some.
Yeah.
We don't have 2 days for you to spend on it. I think you should try and push it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna attempt it.
So it's fix and either intelligence or dexterity, whichever is better for you. I think it's intelligence.
Yes. And I got a +1 on that. That's the cool thing. Yay.
Right.
All right.
Okay. So,
Unlucky.
unfortunately, even with your
that's-
bonuses,
Yeah, I know. That's all 2s. I was like, damn it.
you still failed. So you're going to use up. Let's see. It normally takes 8 units. You're going to use up 4 units of scrap, and you put it together. And by the end of the day, you're certain this thing is not even worth it. You would not want to give this to Abigail and have it break when she attempted to use it.
Yeah, unfortunately, I can't risk. Could I try again? Maybe the next day or something, or.
You could try again tomorrow, but it takes you most of the day. Like, this is something that you're working on, like maybe napping some glass.
Are we on the next
working
day
with
now,
some
yeah?
metal, or you pretty much spend all day working on it, even into the evening. Like, crafting takes time.
Are we into the next day now then? So this is the day that the group's going to go foraging. Abigail's taking the group foraging.
Oh no, like this, yeah, that crafting, because again, everybody was busy fortifying the place last night.
Mhm.
So the crafting that he just did took place the next day,
So we're in the next day now.
while
Just keep 'em
everybody
on,
was
right?
gone and into the evening.
Yeah.
You can drink and regain your 2 stress.
Do I get any health back for sleeping in a bed last night?
Everybody does regain 2 points of health for their level.
So I think I go. Oh,
Went back to max.
So that's me back up to max, and I take 2 stress off.
And you take off 2 stress, yes. Because
Am
you're
I
going to
able to
rest
take a-
all day and you're going to drink. What's that?
Am I able to release any stress because I'm just
No, because you're not just resting. You're doing stuff.
okay.
So
I was just that's what I was.
you
just
basically have to just do nothing. The most you can do is talk to some people, but an active action like crafting, that takes your focus most of the day. And probably like you get frustrated a few times. That might even be why you failed, because you really couldn't.
Yeah.
You had an idea of what you wanted to do, it just didn't come to fruition. So yeah. Let's see. Let me make sure to take off some scrap. Oh, that's not what I want to do. Well, that's fine. We can just fix this here. So that is that. Save. That goes there. Okay. So, not including what you had before, just from the stuff that you brought back, you're down to 22 TL0 scrap, which is still a decent amount of scrap, but, yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. Now, since Brian is back, let's go to Abigail and the foraging crew. So you
Nice.
go out foraging with people,
Yeah.
many of which have some bonuses to survival. Jacob's at least at +0, I believe. Wait, why am I not able to click on things here? What is
Jacob
happening?
is one of our other group PCs, isn't it?
Yeah, Jacob is one of Max's other characters.
Mm-hmm.
So for the
See, so
viewers who are
Sophie-
maybe only watching for the first time or didn't catch it earlier, we have 4 characters each. As per, they're likely to die in this game. It's a rough game apparently, so we have 4 characters each, and we can swap them out when we want to. I've not finished building my other, so yeah.
Yeah, they basically act as NPCs,
NPCs.
in the background
Yeah.
until they're needed.
So that's why
So,
I like the flavour it gives it to our camp. Our camp is growing, which is kind of has that kind of apocalyptic movie feel to it. You get new settlers coming in, new survivors coming in, and
Yeah.
it grows. It feels very natural, and I like that we're going to just use them as NPCs until we need them. It's
you're
fun.
also going
I
to
like
make me
it.
have to go back and work on this map a little bit, make a roof map.
Yeah.
At some point,
Yeah,
you're
there you
probably
go.
going to be like, oh, we're going to build fences outside. Then
Oh,
I'm gonna have
yeah.
to add fences to the map.
Oh, base building.
All right.
Base building's fun. I think if it's done right in
Yeah.
an RPG, base building could be very fun. And I think in a survival RPG, it could be the icing on the cake if it's done right.
Right. All right, so I probably should set up a side note for like storage, like what's at the base. I'll probably do that later as well. But at any rate, Abigail takes the group out to go foraging. You are you're the lead, so you're the one that's going to make the survival check. You're doing
Okay.
a full 10-hour forage in this hex.
Yes.
You're not exploring. You're not
No, it's just
traveling.
foraging. We need to find
Yeah,
as
yeah,
much
yeah.
food as possible.
Okay, so
Good luck, Brian. Do us proud, Abigail.
yeah, full day effort. Wisdom survival check against that difficulty. Yep, okay. And yeah, so go ahead and make your roll.
But get any bonuses from the others?
No.
The roll.
Their skill is going to determine how much stuff you find.
Okay.
Assuming you are correct. Or successful, I should say.
Okay, and it's wisdom.
Wisdom
other-
survival.
No other
Or survive.
bonuses?
Ooh.
Okay.
Oh,
6 is actually the target number currently for the hex you're in.
thank
Ooh.
God.
Nice.
So
Nicely done.
I first saw the 5, went, oh yeah, and then it's like, what?
Yeah, I wasn't feeling too hopeful when I saw the roll, like.
So you are going to find 1d6 units of forage plus the sum of the group's survive skill levels. This is why it's important that everybody is at least trained, because you're not subtracting anything.
Right.
So go ahead and roll a d6 plus 1, because Julian has a plus 1.
Nice.
Glad I sent her out.
3. So not a lot, but you do find 3
3.
units of food.
No. Well, it's better than none.
It's 3 better than
Mhm.
none, mate. Aye. There's always tomorrow.
I'm gonna try another. If we're how many days do you want to stay here?
I don't know. I think we could spend a day or two fortifying it, making it tighter, and how about we just keep spending a day here until one of our days spent foraging is successful, and we've got a few days worth of food, and then we can venture out again.
Yeah, I think that would be good.
Because with a decent
'Cause
roll,
really
we could
just-
end up with or a couple of days foraging where we pick up half a dozen and then half a dozen, and we've got a dozen food. Then maybe we could head out. Let's try and we could take turns. Half of us staying back to work on fortification and invisibility and the other things that Kang's working on, and another half the group going out foraging. What do you think of that? For a day or two.
Yeah, I think that would work.
Uh-oh, I see dice rolling.
I see dice rolling as well.
I forgot to make the encounter checks for the foraging group, because here's the thing too, you could also split up into different foraging groups to try to increase your chances of finding more stuff,
And increase your chances of getting killed as well if you split up.
but each group is also going to have their own encounter checks, and if something happens and there's less of you, right, so
Hopefully there's no encounters at the base while I'm chilling drinking.
now I will tell you this. You know there's some animals in the area. Scavenging for food can be hard, right? You found 3 units of perishable food. That's not a whole lot for 7 people, considering, I think, let's see, Jacob is out of food, so he needs food. Or no, he's going to use his last bit of food today. Francisco is going to use his last bit of food today.
I'll be going out
And-
foraging tomorrow.
Juilan has, you know what? Let me roll to see how much she had among her
So I'm
stuff.
yeah, so I'm not foraging today, but I'm happy to go out foraging tomorrow and take my turn.
Okay, so she actually had 4 food. So they were fed by the cannibals yesterday. Not cannibal food for those listening. They didn't eat any. The children were feeding them from other stocks that they had. But then she is going to use 1 bit of her food today. So she's still good for 3 days. And in fact, as she's becoming more sure that she's going to stay with you all, she gives the 3 food that she has to the group
Oh, okay.
Nice.
to be able to. So with that, how much food do you all have left? I know Oliver and Brian, you're down to 1. How much does
Yeah.
Max have?
2. I have 2 right now.
And Sophia has 2, because she didn't eat yesterday either.
She's got iron stomach, hasn't she?
Yeah, she does. So that's 4 plus 6 plus another 6. If you pool all of your resources, that means you have 10 food currently.
Okay, for 7 people, so at least we've got a day and a half.
We've got another day's worth.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm going foraging tomorrow. I'll lead a group tomorrow, guys. Maybe not lead it. I
Well,
don't know
no,
how good
well,
my
no,
survival
well,
is,
so with the Iron Stomach, we need 2 days. I don't need another day. I can go another day without eating.
Well, I'm saying if you pool all of your food together,
Yeah.
you currently have 10 units, and you have 7 mouths to feed today. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know.
So we survive one more day, guys. One more day. We survived another day in the wasteland.
Now, you can go without eating. There are rules for that.
Yeah, I
But
bet
you
there
can.
are. I bet there are. No, I'm gonna eat today. I'll be drinking. I need to line my stomach.
So, you may want tomorrow to think about splitting up into 2 groups.
Maybe.
Have the NPCs go off on their own, and then have
we'll go as a
you
group.
guys
Yeah.
go out.
Make that the plan for tomorrow. Do you think then? Maybe Sophia
What's
leads.
that?
Maybe Sophia leads the group of NPCs, and we go out.
Yeah, that's
as a
what I'm
group.
saying.
Yeah, that's fine.
Sophia and the NPCs go out, and then the 3 of you go out.
Yeah, for tomorrow's plan, I think we should do that, guys.
Okay, so assuming Charlemagne is sober by the morning, we don't know. He drank an entire bottle of bourbon all day while you guys were gone. He's definitely kind of sloppy when you guys get back, Abigail.
It's a little sloppy.
He is slurring his words.
He's a priest. He's Irish. He's a professional. He's only a little bit sloppy. You can only tell if you really pay attention. If you were an amateur, you wouldn't even notice. He's used to working half pissed.
Now, would anybody like to attempt in the evening speaking to someone in terms of lowering stress?
Yes. Very much.
So Charlemagne actually is probably going to be the best at it, because you need to use either connect or no, I'm sorry, heal or lead. Sophia can potentially talk to someone with heal. Does Kang and Abigail know heal or lead?
No.
Okay. You could try and make the roll untrained, but I wouldn't suggest it, because if you fail, you get stress, essentially. So, I think...
I'll go to Sophia.
How's Kang doing
and
on
somebody
stress?
Can go to me.
I think I got 9 out of 15.
9 out of 15, so you're not quite as bad as Charlemagne. Do you want Charlemagne to speak to Sophia to try to
and then
drop another level?
Yeah, I'm gonna try.
And then she could also talk to you at the same time. You could make a roll to try and help her while she makes a roll to try to help you if you want.
Yeah, what am I rolling?
Okay, so yeah, why don't you go ahead and do that?
So it's either connect. No, it's lead or heal, isn't it? And I roll with
lead
charisma.
or heal.
Can I do it with charisma or wisdom, eh?
Charisma or intelligence.
Charisma or intelligence. Okay,
She's going to use intelligence.
I'm going to do it with charisma then. Can I not do it with wisdom?
Is your wisdom better?
It's higher, yeah.
Yeah, you can use wisdom.
But wait. What's the number next to attributes? Is that your bonus? Because I've got a 2 bonus in charisma. Must be because of my focus or something. I've got a 2
It
bonus
is,
for
yeah.
charisma.
I thought your charisma bonus was higher.
So I'm going to roll on heal and charisma.
Okay.
Oh, pain.
Yep. So she reduces her stress by 1. And you reduce your stress by 1.
Nice.
And you guys have a nice little talk about your experiences yesterday. Do you, is there anything, I mean, I know she's not here to roleplay it with you, and I'm not going to try to roleplay her, but is there anything that you would discuss?
Yeah, I
talk
suppose
about with her?
the old priest relates it to some Bible story, and of course the Bible story's got a really deep, meaningful. It's got a really deep meaning, so he uses that to try and give the day and the crazy events of it some higher meaning, and make it like feel like this is all for a purpose, even in the bad times when we have to do some weird shit and bad shit. That it's all going to be all right, and he uses some passage in some story in the Bible to do a metaphor for that.
Okay.
So I put my stress down 1, yeah.
Correct.
Happy days, down to 12.
All right, so I was wrong in my math because I already subtracted food from 3 of the NPCs. So you guys are only actually going to need 4 units of food tonight. So you have 6 units left in the morning.
So I'm using my last one, I'm gonna... Okay.
While we're in camp, if you just want to remove your food, I'll keep track of food while we're in camp, and then when you go out, you'll have to decide how much food from your stores you're gonna take. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Yeah.
I'll just put...
When you go out in terms of like we're gonna go explore this location, not like scavenging.
You can't keep a value of 0 in your inventory, which is a bit of a nightmare.
You can just delete it.
Yeah, okay.
It's easy enough for me to throw it back onto your sheet when you go out and travel.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So, second day back at camp. Sun rises. What does everybody want to do today? It sounds like you had already made a plan. You want to do 2 scouting parties?
Foraging, yeah. Sophia
foraging
can lead one
parties?
group, and we'll take another group, I think.
Okay. Now, I'm going to throw this out here so that it's not terribly difficult for you. If you think somebody would be able to make the role, you know there are some animals that travel through the streets.
Mm-hmm.
So rather than just foraging, you could try to hunt. Now, hunting is going to require a few things. You're going to have to use a weapon, because otherwise, how are you going to get it?
Yeah.
You could... So, Sophia has that crossbow.
Oh, yeah.
You could ask her group to hunt instead of forage while you guys forage.
Yeah, that's a good idea, because the crossbow's the best hunting weapon, because I've got a shotgun. Yeah, shotguns are great for actually bringing something down, but then you've got
Not
to pick
great
all
in
the,
range.
You've got to pick the, and then you've got to pick the buckshot out of something that you kill if you're eating something.
Right.
You've got loads of shot to pick out of it.
I mean, Abigail could potentially hunt with the pistol.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, RX still has all that ammo for all these guns.
No, I've only got the rifle and the shotgun ammo. I gave Abigail the pistol ammo.
Oh, did you give her the pistol
Yeah,
ammo?
I'm pretty sure that it's
Oh,
not
you
on my
did?
sheet.
Hang on, I'll move it from your sheet to hers then.
Yeah, I've got the. Oh no, it is on my sheet. Yeah, you'll need to give it to her. I'll
Yep.
give her the pistol rounds.
Well,
Okay.
hey Oliver, I have a quick question.
Yeah.
Are you gonna use that spear anymore, or could Abigail use it for us?
She can use it if she wants, but yeah, do you want my spear for now as well?
Okay.
I'm not gonna.
Spear's gonna do more damage than a knife, that's for
Yeah.
sure.
I've still got a knife, but I can hand over my spear if you want. So take the spear off my sheet and put it on Abigail's.
Okay.
We can craft a new one later, Kang.
Yeah.
So- The problem is... Yep, spear removed. Oh no, it looks like Abigail's still doing relatively well, because the pistol rounds loose don't really weigh anything, so she's got the 2 that she's carrying
Yeah.
and the 50 in her pack. Yeah, so...
Is there any chance I can leave the electron microscope I have in my backpack with the other stuff stowed? That's
You
in the
can.
hole?
You
Sure,
can also
that's
break
loaded,
it
by the
down
way.
for parts.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave it for now under there, and I'll come back and break it for parts.
Yeah. And I don't need to carry that type A battery around.
Are we leaving 1 or 2 NPCs here to guard our stuff then, maybe?
Oh, that's a
I mean,
choice.
we got Francisco. He's not.
Yeah,
really
Francisco doesn't really have survival. He might be the one that you want to leave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're leaving the electron microscope. We're leaving the Type A battery.
Yeah. Do
I'm gonna
either
leave the
you
part-
two have heal?
I've got heal, mate.
Yeah,
Okay,
but
you
he
have
also has a
I've got
like a
first aid
perfect
kit
condition
also.
first aid kit.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
so-
then I'll leave my first aid kit behind as well.
Okay.
That I
Yeah,
can-
yeah. We'll need to take one with us. Good plan. Good plan.
Yeah, I'm
you
gonna leave
can,
I'm gonna leave the tart too, because I don't need to carry it with me right now.
Okay. And you can delete all those from your character sheets then. If
Yeah,
you're
I'm just
leaving
making a
them
note.
here.
Let's see.
I've noted them all down. And like I said, I'm gonna make a separate base sheet, I think, at
Okay.
some point that's gonna do things like track equipment and things like that. So
Okay.
Okay. I think I'm good with carrying the rest of the stuff. I've got 9 stowed space and 2 readied space. I'm good.
yeah.
I
Okay.
I cleared
Well,
up,
no,
it'd be
we're
good.
going out foraging. I'm going to make some space actually. So, can I leave my sleeping bag behind?
Yeah.
And the knife, I need to equip that. Right, so that's me got 10, 11 space. I've got 11 space.
Okay. All right. So I think
Yeah.
we'll handle. Sorry, unless Brian, did you want to say
Oh,
something?
that torch is burnt
No,
out.
I was just thinking if I want to leave anything else behind. Because really, we're not going out overnight, so I don't really
No.
need to carry a lot of this stuff.
Yeah, I'm good. I've got 12 storage space. I'm good to go like that.
Yeah, I'll leave some stuff behind.
Yeah, if we can get a camp sheet that we can drag stuff over to at some point, that'd be handy. Because Foundry, you can just drag things from one sheet to another.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah.
set it up to where you guys have access and you can drag stuff over. You'll still have to delete it from your sheet after you've dragged it over, but
Yeah.
it should still work. And then you
Yeah.
should be able to do the same thing, drag stuff from the camp sheet over to your sheet,
Yeah.
and then delete it from the camp sheet. So yeah,
Well,
I'll set that up for next session.
Sweet.
Yeah, I
I'm
know we
making a
have
note of what
those-
I've left anyway.
Yeah, I know we have those individual lockers that we can put personal stuff in each of those. So it's like that's my locker to leave stuff in or something. If y'all wanted to.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, you could absolutely do that if you wanted to use lockers that way. Sure. Or,
Makes
you
sense.
know,
Just have a little bit of order. Yeah, we might as well just a little bit of semblance of normal life again, so everybody's not just
Sure.
got all their stuff in the same place. If we both each got our own
Well, there's
personal
also,
locker.
if you recall, there's also the kind of storage room that if you
Mhm.
cleared it out, there's shelves and stuff in there. You could
Mhm.
all claim a shelf and
we
like
could claim a
this is
shelf
mine.
each, and if we have a locker each, it's just going to give us that tiny
Sure.
little bit of feeling of normal life. Like
Yeah.
with this is a home. I think it might go
There
along,
were,
a long way towards.
I want to say there were
making us feel better.
probably 16 lockers total. So there's definitely enough for everybody to claim a locker if you wanted to
We
put
can
them in
claim
the
a
same
locker
room
each.
with the shelves.
Yeah.
I think we should. I'm leaving my sleeping bag at camp. I've gave my spear to Abigail, and I'll take my knife out with me.
I assume you've loaded your shotgun
Shotgun is loaded.
and you've haven't subtracted the rounds though from one of the
Right.
shells
Do
groupings.
I need to do that then? If I'm having them in there, I need to take them off the inventory.
Well, you wanna equip one of them and then just go into it. Here, I'll do it.
Oh yeah, I need
and
to equip it. Yeah.
There you go. Reduce it to 18, and so now your shotgun's loaded. Yep.
Sweet.
Hey, do you want to leave one of the boxes here so in case if something happens, you don't lose all your shells?
That's what I'm doing. I'm leaving basically the box. I'm taking an extra 6 rounds to reload. If I
Okay.
need.
No,
And I've made my note on how many rounds are left in the box.
I'm gonna keep them
Okay.
on me. I'm gonna keep them on me.
Okay. Ooh, cool. So we'll have their group go ahead and go first. I think since they're not player controlled now, I'll have Juilan actually make the roll because she has a bonus. They're just going to forage unless you want them to hunt.
No, I think they should hunt because they've got a crossbow.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
That's right.
Sophia's
She has a
leading them.
crossbow.
Yeah.
Okay. So they're
We're
going to
gonna
go out and
forage.
hunt for 10 hours.
And we'll forage.
So for the first group, okay, no events. And then for the second, doing fine. All right, now as far as to what they are able to find. Okay.
33.
No, they don't find that much food.
That'd be nice.
Rather than play out combat with them, I'll just assume that between the three of them, they're able to. Oh, and Jacob has a bow. Oh wait, is Jacob the one we're leaving behind? No, he's going.
No, Francisco.
No, Francisco.
Behind.
Francisco. No, he's like, yeah.
So I will remove an arrow from each of them.
And it's nice, I can make arrows for them too.
Nice.
Well, you can make arrows. I don't know
Yeah,
you'll be able to make crossbow bolts. You could make primitive crossbow bolts, maybe.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Not gonna be like the high tech stuff we have.
No,
No,
they made
no,
the
no,
carbon
no, no.
fiber, the high tech ones these days, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
Well, and we could do it like this. Tell you what, just so that you guys are involved in this, why don't you, two of you, roll a d6 for me? One of you for Sophia, one of you for Jacob.
I'll get Sophia then.
I'll do Jacob since he's my guy.
Okay.
1.
4.
Okay, so they track down a stag, and
Ooh.
they managed to bring it down. Unfortunately, Sophia's aluminum bolt that she fired at it struck like its clavicle with enough force with her modern crossbow that it actually bent the aluminum a bit and ruined the tip, so she's lost a bolt. But that happens. However, Jacob made a clean shot with his primitive bow, and although it's a pretty primitive arrow, it was a through and through shot. He followed the line of the shot and found his arrow just kind of resting in the snow several yards past the stag, and was able to reclaim it. So he gets to keep his arrow that he fired.
Now stags a
Nice.
bunch of food. Nice work, guys.
Well, we'll see how well you guys can make
butcher
a,
it, yeah.
a
We've
stag.
still got to still
Yeah.
butcher it, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, they managed to make it back probably before you with a stag that between the group you're going to have to figure out who's going to butcher it, who's going to chop it up. It won't be preserved food,
No.
but it will last you some while, right? The scavenging rolls that you're making are for like preserved foods, like tins and
Yeah.
packages of non-perishable food, stuff like that. So, are you guys then are just going to do some regular scavenging? Is that how I understood this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Foraging. So we're looking for food rather than materials.
Okay. Wow, you guys are getting really lucky with these encounter checks. Tell you that.
Good.
I don't know why Sophia was making encounter checks. Oh, because I have her selected. That's why.
Yeah, that'll be.
How do I deselect her?
Like somebody else?
This.
I just want to unselect people completely. There we go. All right. So, you, one of you needs to make a survival check. I think you're all at +0. But it'll be +0 with either your choice, intelligence or wisdom. Whoever
I
would
got a
like to
plus.
make the roll.
I got a +1 on each of those.
I've got a +1 in wisdom.
I got a +0 on both of them, so it's one of you guys.
You take the roll, and go for it.
All right. So I will go with wisdom.
Good luck.
Good. Ooh,
Nice.
9.
That looks good.
A 10. A 10.
So, go ahead and make a d6 roll. All of you have survive at 0, so you're not going to add or subtract anything. It's just a straight d6 roll. 2. So you're up to 8 units of perishable food, non-perishable, tins and stuff. Excellent. So yeah, you guys make it back in the evening. They've got the deer there. I guess we'll say, I believe Sophia is probably the highest in survive. Oh no, she's not. Does anybody have survive more than 0?
Didn't Jacob have a 1?
No, Jacob's a 0. Tell you what though, Sophia is a prodigy of intelligence. And I think intelligence is probably what slaughtering an animal is going to be. I don't know that Emma would actually want to do this, but I'm going to assume that, I'm just going to say that she does. Yeah.
The priest's happy to take on the dirty jobs. When it's a dirty job that nobody wants to do, the priest feels a kind of duty bound to do it. I'll do it.
Yeah, I feel like Emma's not too big on hurting animals, or Sophia for that matter. So I think we probably do need to have one of you make the roll.
I'll step in.
So it'll still be a survival check unless you want to use heal, which would extend to biology.
Right, okay,
so you
okay.
You
I
can
know.
use
Heal and wisdom?
Charlemagne's better at you than heal because he rolls 3 dice and takes the best 2.
Okay. I was like, I know what Jacob.
Or he should. I actually
Jacob's
just
pretty-
realized when you rolled heal last time, it didn't give
It's
you
not
the 3
automated.
dice.
Yeah, it's not automated, the extra dice.
Should be.
That's from a focus that I've got, isn't it?
Yeah. Because you have the healer focus, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I just changed your heal skill. When you go in and look at heal, it should have specialist rank 1 clicked.
Yeah, it does now.
So make sure that that's always got that clicked.
Okay.
So
Heal wisdom?
So yeah, heal intelligence.
No, I can't do it on wisdom, no.
No, this
okay.
is intelligence. But you're rolling 3 dice. Yeah, look at that.
Boom.
Okay, so with a 10, you're able to use what you know of biology in general, and just, as odd as it might seem, your knowledge of how bodies and flesh and meat work. And you're able to cut down this stag, a fairly large stag. Why don't you give me, let's see, you'll get 10 plus 1d6 rations.
12.
So you get a total of 12 perishable rations.
Perishable food.
That's gonna go bad in a week.
Yeah, now, would we need to, is there ways to preserve food?
And
like
I'm
meat
giving
if
you
we
a week
have-
because you can kind of store it in a cold room in here.
We can store it cold, but I was thinking if we found salt, we could start preserving things like meat. When we've got meat, we
You
could
could,
then
yeah,
preserve
if you
it
found
we had
salt, you could
right?
preserve it. You could
Yeah.
smoke it, which would make it last a little bit longer.
That supermarket.
Yeah,
might be
turn
a
it
shout.
into jerky.
Yeah, jerky as
Uh-huh.
well. That supermarket might be a shout. We could think about that.
Well, since we have 12 units of that one, it should give enough people for the food there they have. And do you think we can take enough perishable food with us so we're good to get there and back?
We could make
Yeah,
that the
easily.
plan for tomorrow. Supermarket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Or
mean,
do
we're
we
good
want to
with-
explore this hex and get that done?
Let's do the hex exploration first. Yes.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
tomorrow, eh?
Like
Yeah.
the next day.
Yeah. Okay.
Because we've already gone out, done the foraging and hunting.
Yeah, all I need is just a day of food, and I'm good for the next 2 days.
Okay. What do you think about doing a short halftime break, Brian? Is that all right?
Yeah, that's fine.
Sweet. Let's do that. And we're back for part 2.
All right. So, during the break, I set up a camp sheet for us that I'm going to make a little bit more fancy in between now and the next session. But we now need to decide. It is the morning of the 3rd day at camp, and I think our stalwart heroes are going to begin heading towards the supermarket. Is that correct?
We were going to
Or
scout
do
this
we
heck
wanna-
first.
We're
Oh,
gonna
you're gonna
explore
scout
the
this
hex.
hex.
Yeah, I thought
Yeah.
we were going to scout it first, then the next
That's
day
right.
we're going to head out
So-
to check it out.
Your goal is to scout this hex. Well, that changes things a little bit because scouting hexes takes time.
Yep.
So, harkening back to our first session, you are in a intact urban core, kind of intact, I guess, really.
It's as intact as it can be.
Oh, no, that's right. I said you were in kind of a suburbs area. That's right.
Yep.
So you need 2 days to scout this hex. Which is fine. You'll be able to return each night to camp, right? It's not like you're don't have a place to camp. But that does also mean that you're going to be going through some rations. So at last count, we had 12 perishable and 8 non-perishable. Oh, actually, and we had to eat that last night too, so that's going to get rid of some. Kang and Sophie don't need to eat today.
Nope.
So that would be 5. So we're down to 7.
Take it off the perishable food first, eh?
Yeah, 7 perishable.
Am I able
Okay.
to get anything from the body? Any like scraps or anything?
Oh, I mean, yeah. If you wanna use some of the horn and the sinew and the skin, you can certainly get some TL0 scrap. Why don't you go ahead and make it's a full-size stag. Roll a d6 for me.
Okay. Well, and I was going to suggest while we're searching for this 2 days, we can have probably NPCs to search around for food and stuff.
Yeah, I think you're gonna need to. Yeah, that's a really good point.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so yeah, you get 4 additional TL0 scrap
Okay.
from the deer. I think I'm gonna end up putting scrap on a separate thing too, so it's kind of muddied right now with all the scrap you guys have. That's
Yeah, it's a
fine,
bit, yeah,
but
but-
I'll make it prettier before next time. You know how I
It's
work.
at least
I know
something
how
there.
you
You got
work,
something
yeah.
where you can grab it and you can just pull it
Yeah.
out from it.
Right. And I'll have I'll find a picture of an auto repair shop and put it in there for the picture. Anyway, so you're gonna scout, so that's your day. Let's go ahead and see if you have any encounters for the first day of scouting. Oh,
Hazardous weather.
yeah.
Oh,
So, your first 5 hours scouting is relatively fine. But then, out of nowhere, you suddenly have to deal with a heavy acid sleet storm. If you are caught in the sleet for more than a turn, you have to make a luck save. Or any of your exposed equipment, including your clothing and packs, lose a condition level. I will give each of you a physical or evasion save to get under cover before it really gets bad. If you fail at that save, you're going to lose a condition level from everything that's exposed. And then basically what's going to happen is you just have to wait for 2 hours. And so since it's so long until you can start scouting again, you're only going to get a half a day of scouting done before you then have to return to camp.
You want us to roll evasion?
Yeah, either evasion. No, actually just evasion. Physical doesn't make sense. You can make a luck save as well. So luck or evasion to try to get under cover before it picks up.
So the
Like
lower
you
the
said.
numbers, the better, right?
higher for saves.
Higher. Fail.
Oh, the lower your save, the better. Yes, but you want to
Yeah,
roll high.
that's what I was at. Yeah, that's
because
what I
you're
was
trying
at.
to.
Oh wait,
roll
the lower
over.
the better. Oh, my luck and evasion are both 14 anyway. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yep, we're all fucked.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
I only see 2 there. I haven't seen
Oh, shit,
Kang roll yet.
No, I still fail.
Okay, so still failed. So all of you you're going to be able to get undercover this turn. However, since you are now in the open, you have to reduce the condition of anything that is currently exposed by 1 level. So, based on your character sheets, I'll just go through one at a time and take a look. If it'll let me.
My keepsake, my knife, my shotgun shells.
So yeah, basically your stowed items are considered to be in your backpack. So if they're in the backpack, they're fine. But anything that you currently have equipped is going to be reduced. So you have to click on it, go in, reduce it to light damage. Now, light damage is not going to be a huge issue except with weapons, because weapons then will take penalties to hit and damage.
Does that include the shells? I should do light damage and everything.
Not for the rounds or the shells, but because they don't have a condition rating. But anything that has a condition rating when you open it up, do they?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, okay, you can reduce it. It's not really going to have an effect, except for the fact that if they get all the way down to broken, they're done.
Then they're useless.
I've gave everything the light damage, or put everything
So
down.
give
one.
everything light damage. Yep.
Okay, with my light revolver, even if it's I have it tucked inside.
Well, technically, it's all right. Here, this is what I'll do.
Yeah.
Your backpack is definitely going to take damage.
Oh yeah.
Your winter clothes are definitely going to take damage.
Yeah. But the spear took damage.
Maybe not the
The
shotgun
spear,
and
nothing. You can't hide the spear. That's going to take damage.
the gun and the shells maybe are getting away with it though, because they're being under.
Shells are going to be in your pocket.
Yeah.
Your revolver you can have tucked into your coat. That can be fine.
Okay.
Shotgun's tucked under a coat as well. I don't walk around with it in my hands. I'm a priest.
Hang on.
I wouldn't do that.
Let me take a look. Let me make some GM decisions here. So your keepsake's fine.
Okay.
For Charlemagne.
Okay.
Because you can have that that's probably you wear it around your neck, right? It's
Yeah,
tucked into your shirt.
yeah.
Your shotguns are not small, so your shotgun's gonna take damage. Your
Okay,
knife is fine though.
Knife is fine. Okay, fair.
Yep.
Fair.
Okay.
And the shells, as I said, are fine. And then for Kang, your armor's gonna take damage.
Yeah, I've put that to light damage.
Okay. Your knife is fine, but your backpack and your winter clothes both take damage. So.
Yeah. Well, I mean, seeing if anything, we have enough of the parts that if we need to repair it, I can.
Well, it depends on the
later.
tech level.
Yeah, I know.
Because keep in mind, you have to have the right tech level of something to repair something. You can't just use whatever tech level. That being said, though, you now have a chance to get undercover. Assuming that you're doing that, I don't know. Do any of you want to stand in the heavy acid rain for 2 hours?
No.
Okay. So you guys all find some cover. Maybe, I don't know. What kind of cover do you find? You tell me. You're in a ruined city.
Stuck in a building.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you duck in a
know-
building with
I
a
know
little bit
block
of
of
wall and maybe a
apartments.
little bit of an upper floor that's still standing, and you guys are just kind of huddled there in this heavy acid sleet that's coming down. You've experienced this before. You know that it's not sleet because it's any warmer, because it certainly isn't. It's probably just more sleet because of the heavy chemicals that have been mixed in with the snow. And yeah, so you chill out for a couple of hours. No encounter though, which is good. But after a couple of hours, it starts to let up, and then once you see those familiar and maybe not comforting, but familiar heavy flakes of snow once more, you're fairly certain that the danger has passed. You try to spend some more time scouting, but after that, you decide to head back to base. And you are now there. Now,
Okay.
as far as your other party, do you want to have them out scavenging today or hunting?
I think hunting again, because they did
Yeah,
quite
go
well with the
hunting again.
hunting.
Okay. So we are just going to use the same idea I came up with earlier. Let's do it the 100 roll. Okay.
40.
So they do manage to find something. And for that, let's say that's probably still relatively large. Maybe not a buck this time, but maybe they find a doe. A little bit less to work with. But yeah, by the time you get back, they are there with the doe.
A doe?
And
A doe?
a doe. Yeah.
A doe.
No, yeah.
You're supposed to go a deer, and then someone else goes a female deer. You all missed the joke.
I
I
know where you were
I'm never
going.
working
I
with you
know.
guys
Oh.
again. These are all
No, I
sacked.
know
You're
you're
all
It's been
sacked.
years
I wasn't
since
gonna
I've
go
heard
there.
it.
All
I'm
sacked.
fine.
What are you,
Campaign's
from the
over.
1950s? It's been
Campaign's
years
Campaign's
since I've
over.
heard
You're
that.
all sacked. You all missed the joke. Oh, never mind. Guys,
Doing
never
dad
mind.
jokes, my god.
Yeah.
Right. All right. So the young female deer that you managed to, or that your other team managed to bring in, again is going to get you some perishable food. I'm gonna have to figure out how to work with perishable food on different days. But yeah, Oliver, do you want to butcher it again,
What was the
or
roll
does
again?
somebody else
It
want
was
to give it a
health,
go?
wasn't it? Heal. I was using.
I'm letting you use heal
Yeah.
for it. Yeah.
I can roll on heal. That's a good one for me.
Okay.
Heal and.
Is there any way somebody can
intelligence,
assist them?
wasn't it?
What's that?
I was just curious. Is there any way someone could assist them to give them a bonus, or no? I did not know they had that in here.
Do you also have heal?
No, but I know Jacob does.
Yeah, I know, but I want players to be more involved in
Okay.
this rather than NPCs. Do you have no?
Okay. No, unfortunately, I ain't got that yet. That's what I plan to do next time.
Yeah, Jacob has both of those actually. You know what? I'll let you roll for Jacob. So pick any one of your skills that you have +0 on, or no, +1 on, since I'm letting you use heal.
Okay.
Whatever skill you have a +1 on, roll
Okay.
that with intelligence.
Okay.
Solid.
Okay, so Oliver's going to get a +2 to his
come on.
heal plus intelligence roll. Okay, 12. So this is a doe. It's a bit smaller. Go ahead and roll a d4 for me. And add it to 12, and that's how many
13.
perishable rations you're able to find. Oh, 1, so 13. Alright, so we're up to 20 perishable meat rations. And everybody does need to eat tonight. So
Yep.
that would be -7, which brings you down to 13. Which is what you just got, so basically... Or no, you rolled a 13, added
And we're
a
up-
7.
and
So
we're
you,
up to
you
8
ate the
days.
rest. You ate the rest of the meat from yesterday.
Yes, we're on 20.
Uh,
We're currently, before we eat, we're at 20 perishable and 8 unperishable. Before we eat.
You want to save the unperishable.
Yeah. We'll eat meat.
Yeah. So 13 perishable is what you have left now.
If we eat again, yeah, we're back down to, so we eat again, back down to 13.
Yep. And I'm assuming everybody wants to eat, right?
Yes.
Yes.
So, everybody should be on full health at this point, because you've had several days of sleep. I know Abigail's down some, but she's... What, you'd be up 2 hit points every night of sleep in a safe place, so...
I should be back at full.
Is there
Yeah,
anything
you
we
should
could do
be at
about
full.
some stress within an evening and a night?
So Sophia and Charlemagne are really the only ones who can assist people
Yeah.
with stress.
I can do
I need to
Bible
get
stories
rid of my
again.
stress.
Shall I do a Bible story for Kang?
Yeah, you
Yeah,
can.
you listen.
I roll on heal or lead, don't I? Lead or heal?
Yep.
I'm gonna do heal. I
Plus
guess
wisdom.
if they're both the same strength, then I'm just doing it for flavour when I pick, really, aren't I?
Well, keep in mind, heal you're really good at. So if you're using heal, you're more using psychology
I've
to
got plus
kind of
one on
help
both
him.
of them, though. It's the
Yeah,
same.
but your heal, you roll 3 dice and keep the best
Oh,
2.
so I do. Yeah, that's right. That's
Yeah.
on any heal check, isn't it?
Any heal
Yep.
check.
Yeah. Right.
So-
Heal and intelligence, isn't it?
Wisdom
Wisdom, even better.
for this.
8.
Okay. Unfortunately, the target number for this is 9.
Mm.
So you try to assist Kang with, kind of sussing out where he is psychologically and trying to give him some tips.
Yeah.
But I don't know, Max. Kang is not getting it. Seems like it's not really affecting him that much, and that actually frustrates Charlemagne, and Charlemagne gains a point of stress.
Yep. Up to 13.
Now, Sophia, even though she's not here, Sophia can help someone with healing as well. She is able to make the roll, not quite as well, but if... Oh, so she's going to talk to Charlemagne,
I think
maybe?
so, because I'm on 13. I think even with me failing, Kang's still lower.
That's
He's on,
fine.
I think he's less than that.
No, that's
Can
fine.
do that. Okay. So, Charlemagne talks to her. And she just hits it. So she
Nice.
is more on the ball with psychology this evening and kind of walks you through, like, look, you just have to, you're doing fine. You just have to work your way through it. Yeah. So Charlemagne's back down to 12 stress. Everybody eats, so we're at 13 food. Yeah, and then it's the next day. You guys still need a day and a half at least to scout.
Yeah, I'd say let's keep going.
Do you
Better
want your
know what's
other
in the hex.
Back into
Yeah.
scouting, yeah. I think we're.
Yeah.
Do you want your other party to hunt or to look for salvage today and perishable or non-perishable food?
I think
Hunting
if-
seems to do pretty good.
If the
They're
perishable
doing
food
okay.
lasts a week, they're never getting more than 2 days at a time. So we're not going to ever like waste any if they just do that again. I think.
Yeah.
Well, it depends. They could fail entirely. Right?
Yeah.
So, also, I will warn you of this. The more often you hunt in the same
The
location,
less animals,
the harder it becomes.
and the animals will get wise as
So
well.
why don't they forage this time around and let
Maybe.
the hunting
Foraging
happen
is
first?
never going to change,
I think you
right?
could be right,
Yeah.
Brian.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they will go out and forage with a +1 on the roll. We'll have Shilan roll. Oh, yeah, they don't have a good day. Okay. So you guys, however, will roll encounters for you. Yeah, you spend all day kind of going about and getting the feel of the location, and you don't run into anything. At one point, maybe you feel like you see some tracks, but they've been filled in mostly, so there's probably not someone or something has been by for a while. The weather thankfully holds, and you're able to return in the evening knowing that by tomorrow you should be able to easily scout the rest of the general area.
Okay.
You've got your mind set on, like, we still need to hit that kind of quadrant or area over there.
Sounds like a plan.
Unfortunately, on your return to camp, you find the secondary group in not great spirits. They're apologetic. They weren't able to find anything today. They had decided to, rather than continue to hunt out the local area, they tried to find some more useful supplies, and just we're not lucky, and that's the way it goes sometimes in the wastes.
I'll commiserate them and just help try and keep their spirits up with a little bit of a morale speech when we get back.
All right, so
Tell them they did well, and all those places they found today that don't have anything in them are less places that we need to check tomorrow. So you've done all that work already. Finding the places where there's nothing is just as important work as finding the places where there is something, and I'm going to try and keep their spirits up with something along those lines.
Yeah, very true, very true. Okay, so actually this is working out quite well, because I think you might not be able to. Might not be ready to go to the supermarket until next time when Emma's back.
Maybe.
We'll see. So you still have half a day to get through. It is evening, so everybody needs to eat.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming you're going to eat some of the perishable food.
So we go down to 6.
That should be good.
You only need 5 tonight, because Kang
right,
and Sophia don't need to eat tonight.
Right.
So we go down.
So
we
you
take
are
5
down
so we've
to
got 8 a
8.
day. 8
Okay.
perishable, 8 non-perishable.
Yep. Now, again, do we want to try to have some chatties to make people feel better with the stress?
Yeah, I'll try again on Kang today.
Okay.
Okay, Kang, sit down, mate. I'll tell you a Bible story.
Yeah, correct. I wasn't sure we were going to.
We're getting background noise on you, Brian.
Yeah, weren't sure.
Oh, 9.
Barely.
Good.
Wow,
Just
2
got it.
ones there. So yeah, finally, talking to you this evening, it does kind of break through, and so Kang can reduce his stress by 1.
There you go, mate.
I think Charlemagne is still higher than everybody else, so do you want Sophia to try with Charlemagne
Yes,
again?
please. Yes, please.
Oh, wrong button. There we go. Yeah,
Ooh.
and so she is able to talk you through some more of your difficulty and bring your stress down by 1. Excellent. So, new day. Yeah. Okay. So, you, what do you want your secondary party to do today?
I think another day hunting or foraging would be good. Maybe foraging again. We don't want to hunt too much in the same area, so maybe another day foraging.
Yeah.
See if they have better luck today. Because they
Okay.
checked all
but
those.
another foraging.
They've ticked off all those other places where there's nothing. They should have law of averages. So they should find more places where there is something today.
So they do manage to find some stuff today.
Nice.
Well, that should have been a +1 for her, so that'll be a total of 5. Did you tell them to look primarily for food, or do you want them to find some scrap as well?
Well,
Oh, food.
food. We've
Food?
not really done much building with the scrap yet, so we've got our piles of
Okay.
scrap still. I think
Yep.
food.
Okay. Now, as far as you guys, you go out. Are you just going to spend the half a day that you figure you need to scout? Do you want to spend the other half foraging yourself?
Yeah, maybe the first half of the day scouting to make sure we get it done, and then
Uh-huh.
if we have a half a day
Yeah.
left, maybe we do some foraging.
Do a half day as foraging. Yeah.
Boy, you guys get super lucky with these encounter rolls. Oh, there it is. There it is, my friends.
Something's happening in the
Oh.
wasteland.
Something is happening in the wasteland. Let's go.
Oh no.
Oh, private
Okay.
dice. Oh.
All right.
Oh.
So
He's adjusting.
you finish scouting out the territory, and the first thing I want to do is I want to give you, as a group, we did a whole bunch the first time we scouted because I just wanted to give you some places to work with, but I'm going to limit it a little bit more from now on. So I want the 3 of you to decide a promising location that you want me to prepare that exists in this hex. that you can maybe not now, right? Because I need to prepare it, but that you can look into as a point of interest, as it were.
A school?
Kind of like that feeling for Fallout when you're walking along and you see and like the name of the location pop up.
Should
What
we
do
just
you
do-
find in this hex?
Should we do a school?
I'm
mean,
thinking
the-
along the lines of like a sporting goods store or something
Sporting
like
goods
that.
store. That might be handy for items like.
Yeah, because you
But-
can get a whole load of different things.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, there's hunting. There's like stuff with the beaches and stuff. So there's that.
It's
kind
like
of
all the
stuff.
camping gear. You can find rations in there, like camp rations.
So not to put ideas in your head, but and again, in the end, this is going to be your choice. Do you want just a sporting goods store, or do you want me to prepare a mall?
Oh, a mall would be nice. Be a lot.
I'm
in
sure
a
they would
mall.
have them all something like that. There would be multiple things in
A
there.
mall might be nice.
Yeah.
The difference is a sporting goods store you'll probably be able to cover in one session. A mall, much like the hospital, is probably going to be a multi-session affair.
Yeah, let's do a mall. 'Cause
Yeah,
there's
let's
a
do a
lot of
mall.
different places in those.
Yeah, yeah, I'm here for the multi-sessions. Yeah, let's do a
Yeah.
mall.
So you have discovered a mall,
We spot a mall.
and that might even change what you're interested in looking into next time.
Yeah.
Obviously, I have the shopping or the grocery store prepared, and there might still be a bunch of food there. You never know.
I want to.
But,
I want to try to get to the grocery store today if possible. And I mean, in this session if possible.
Oh, that's probably not going to happen.
No, not now. Okay.
Yeah.
And not now that you've rolled an encounter.
Oh yeah.
So
Okay. We've got this now.
as you're heading back from your explorations, you get back to the auto repair shop, and you don't see any indication that people are inside. The door is hanging open. One of the front doors. And actually, let me do this real quick. So the door is hanging open. You see tracks leading up to the door and going inside.
Oh,
Um,
whip out the shotgun.
which you've seen every day when you came back, right? Because your scouting parties have made it back before you
We
every
don't
day.
need the door hanging open like that.
Also true.
Yeah, doors not left open like that at all.
Slowly approach. I'm going to try and slowly, quietly approach with my gun out.
Okay,
So
what's
slow,
everybody else doing?
Knife in hand. I'm like, shh.
Yeah, spear ready. And
Okay.
stealthing up as best I can.
Okay, so I mean, if you want to be stealthy, go ahead and make a stealth check. However, keep in mind that there are, plate glass windows on the front of the building, and the doors themselves are plate glass.
So it's
So
untrained for me because I don't have stealth, right? You just roll untrained.
yeah, you would roll untrained.
I'm still
It'll
trying.
be with dexterity.
I'm still trying to be stealthy,
Yeah.
so I'm going to roll it. 7.
Roll with that.
So you don't see any movement inside from what you can see. Again, the sun is kind of low in the sky. It's not quite so low that you need to bust out a torch or anything. But it seems like you've beaten your other crew back, maybe? Maybe the tracks are just them leaving, or maybe they came back earlier in the day and went back out after a good find. But yeah, the door is open. What do you want to do?
Yeah, we talked about the door. This isn't them. I'm gonna slowly step inside as quietly as I can.
I'll
Okay.
be right behind you.
Okay.
So, as you push the door open, you hear a click off to the side. Because the plate glass aren't all the way up to the door, it's like plate glass door, big windows. So there is a bit of a blind spot there. I'm going to need you to make an evasion save.
Ooh. Ooh.
Ooh.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and move Charlemagne right just into the interior. Put Kang and Abigail wherever you want, but as Charlemagne pushes open the door and steps inside, all of you see, the two of you outside see a flash, and then you hear just this bang as a shotgun goes off.
Ooh.
That has been tied to the door, essentially, like an impromptu trap. And... okay. Oh no! What is your trauma target? 6, right? Okay. So you're gonna be taking, well, let's just make it simple and say you're at 0 hit points as this shotgun blast takes you from the side, and you both see Charlemagne fall off to the side as he's hit by this shotgun blast.
Ooh, that's not good.
Oh.
Oh.
Now, that's not instant death.
No,
You can help him,
that's still not good.
but yeah, he's down. You are mortally wounded.
Whoa. Mortally wounded.
Man, this sucks.
Yeah.
So,
It
in case you're wondering, the damage would be 16, 30, no, 24 points of damage, obviously, which is,
way more than I have.
your trauma target. So it's not great. You are helpless, unable to do anything but scream, writhe, or lie unconscious. At the end of the 6th round, so we're on a timer, after you are downed, you will die. You will die instantly if you take any further hit point damage. An ally can attempt to stabilize a mortally wounded companion. Doing so is generally an int heal or dex heal skill check, requiring a main action. Difficulty is 8. If the medic lacks a med kit, the difficulty for the skill is increased by 2. You both know that he is carrying a med kit, so you can grab it and use it. Only one ally can try to stabilize a target in any given round, though others can attempt to aid their skill check. Failed check can be reattempted the next round. Now, as far as aiding goes, because you did ask me that earlier, Max, and I didn't look it up at the time. I just kind of made something up, but let's take a look.
No, that's fine.
So, yep. If I agree, makes sense, yep. So, you make same relevant skill checking. It's the same difficulty. If it's a success, the PC gets a +1 bonus on their roll. Multiple PCs can try to help, but acting PCs can't earn more than +1 bonus. So I gave you a bit too much of a bonus. +2 is just kind of an instinct, but +2 is a big number in this game. So +1 is what you should have received for those. At any rate, though, he is down. You don't see any further movement on the inside.
So I would look at Abigail and say, look, I'm motioning her to sweep to look inside of the building as he goes to Charlemagne, see if he can do something for him.
Okay, so why don't you guys take let's imagine we're in combat rounds right now. Take a round of movement. Keep in mind you can move roughly about 10 meters, which is about 5 squares, without...
Okay.
Because each square is 2 meters, roughly.
I would say that Charlemagne's not much of a screamer, so he's unconscious.
Okay. Well, it makes sense after getting blasted by a shotgun. Yeah.
Okay, I would say probably if Abigail came like right there, or at least in that area.
Okay.
And I
And
basically
what's
go.
Kang gonna do? I'm
He's
assuming
gonna go-
Abigail is just kind of ready for if anybody comes out.
Yeah, so he goes
Yeah.
right here, his back against, I guess this, if it's still up, part of it, and he kind of see if he can like drag him here, at least out of the way.
Why do you have 2 fix skills?
I don't know why it did that, because when I tried to add upgrade it or whatever, it just did fix 0 and fix 1.
Okay.
I don't know if it. So
Let me go ahead and delete one of your fix skills here.
no, that's fine. I don't even know why I did that, but there's no other way where I could increase it normally from where it was.
Okay. So, you're gonna try and drag him to the side. Are you sure you don't want to try and do the, little helping, stabilizing?
Well, I didn't know if I could just kind of get him out of the way, because at least he has some cover or something. But
Sure.
I can do it right there.
So,
It'll be honest.
moving a body is not easy. That's gonna take your action.
Okay, I'm gonna try to
Um,
stabilize him before I do anything.
Okay. So you don't have heal, but you do have access to a med kit. So you're just gonna be making an untrained check.
Okay.
Come on, Max. This is time for your
So
best
and
roll of the night.
is the intelligence or wisdom?
This can be whichever one works better for you.
They're the same. So I would probably say intelligence. And his mind's thinking, it's like, well, if I can fix the car, maybe I can fix a body. No, his mind is, he's just sitting there. It's
I can fix a car. I can fix
Where's
a
the
person.
repair manual?
He's looking at him. He's like, all right, duct tape. If I had that, I'm like, yeah, it might work. All right, so I think because you said since it's a -1 and the repair kit gives it a 0, my intelligence gives it a +1. Okay, so it's just straight +1.
Well, no, it just roll it, but just roll untrained. That's all you have to do. Hit untrained, hit the check mark, you're good to go. Oh, and make sure you have intelligence selected.
Yeah, I did.
Okay,
Once,
so
no.
that unfortunately is not enough to help him right now. Abigail could come assist next round, but again, that's 1 round down. Round number 2. What do you want to do?
Attempt again and look at Abigail. If it looks fine, is that motion to need help?
What's this store look like?
So far, I mean, so the door to the back offices is open, which is not unsurprising because you guys usually do that. Why don't you go ahead and give me a notice check?
And notice with
Wisdom.
wisdom.
I need to start adding the attribute you want to roll.
Hmm.
7. So, yeah, I mean, the door's open, but that's not uncommon because you guys usually leave that door open to let the heat kind of suffuse throughout the area.
Still doesn't feel right.
Well,
Well, you could always move further in, or you can turn around and try and help your friends.
Yeah, I know if I try, I'm taking it at a penalty.
Well, sure, but if you succeed, you're gonna give Kang a bonus, and you can use dexterity to use a first aid kit, which you have a pretty big bonus in.
Okay, well, if that's the case, I will come back and I will help.
Okay. So you're going to roll untrained, but you're going to add dexterity, right? So click the dexterity button. and then make your roll.
Oh, come on.
All right, so Kang is going to get a bonus. So Kang can now make the roll, again, untrained, with intelligence, or dexterity, whichever is higher. I think your intelligence is higher.
Yeah.
And then you're going to add +1.
Okay. Oh,
Nice.
yeah.
Okay, so you have successfully stabilized your friend.
Thank you. Thank you.
So let's
Yes,
see.
nice.
Once stabilized, the target recovers with 1 hit point after 10 minutes of rest. So you're kind of not in the rest of this situation, but
You're not dying.
Not dying.
You're not dying. Now, you do also have an additional condition right now called frail. You will remain frail until you have had at least a week of comfortable bed rest.
Wow.
Frail PCs cannot heal damage through natural healing and will die immediately if brought to 0 hit points again.
Oh.
However, a medic can try to remove the frail condition with a med kit, an hour's work, and a skill check against difficulty 10. So probably when Sophia gets back, because she's got the highest heal skill, you're going to want her to try to make you better.
But also, I should have at least one of my new characters ready for the next session, just in case.
You might want to, just in case.
Yeah,
you're
just
on
have
a
one
week of
ready,
bed
just in
rest.
case.
Yeah, I think I will. I think I will. Yeah,
Well,
yeah. Remind me.
So
Remind me.
is it? I want to look at the condition of the shotgun and see how it was rigged up. As it, she's basically making sure he's good. He walks over where the shotgun was, it got blasted from, and he's just looking over it.
Okay. It was basically just rigged with some twine to one of the doors and around the trigger, and was set up such a way that whoever pushed the doors activated the shotgun, and it blasted whoever was standing there.
Is it still usable, or is it just gone and done?
Oh, I mean, the shotgun's usable, sure.
All right. Well, he wants to take it down.
Okay. So as you are doing that, you would be right about there, looking at the shotgun trap. What is Abigail doing?
Well, I definitely picked the spear back up.
Uh-huh.
And I'm just 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm sure someone's back there.
Okay.
Like, her paranoia is going off.
Sure. No, I mean, I get that. So, having moved to where you are, you will then see when an arrow flies out from the open doorway over the counter at Kang as he's crouched looking at the shotgun. So this arrow strikes the plate glass just above Kang's head and just kind of crumples and shatters a little bit. Very unusable arrow at this point. And now I think we will roll for initiative. So
And I
give
have
me
the
1
alert, so I get
second.
the roll for the group.
You do.
And I get to roll twice.
Not only that, you
Yes.
get to roll twice. Yeah, because of alert. So, okay. So
Let's
one more
go.
second. I need.
I know who I'm giving the shotgun to, though.
Okay. And we will put everybody in combat mode.
So I can still fight here, but if I get hit at all, it's game over for Charlemagne, eh?
No, technically you're still unconscious.
I still
You
can't
need
do shit. Right, okay.
You need 10
Yeah,
minutes
you
of
can't do
rest
anything.
until you
Okay.
regain a hit point. Yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah, I need
The good
10
news
minutes
is-
before I
is-
get that hit point, right? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So the good news
Okay.
is there isn't you're not in negatives.
I can't do shit.
You're
But
stable.
yeah, sadly you can't do anything. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, man.
No, that's fine. It's all good. I'm a spectator for once. I like it.
I was hoping you wouldn't walk in first. There There's one person among you who has some armor, but yeah, it
Well,
happens.
yeah, what, you thinking about me getting shot? I was like,
He's trying to be a brave leader like Jesus.
Yeah, right.
And this time someone
All
needs
right.
to be. So
And to be fair, it wasn't an attack roll. It was just you walked in. It's a trap. You make an evasion save.
Yeah.
Like that's what it is.
good luck,
All
boys.
right. So
I'm gonna get a
um,
snack.
I'll roll for Abigail real quick. She gets a 4. Roll for the hungry the scavers. They get a 6. However, wait, why didn't it do?
What, another roll?
I thought I had. It looks like it removed one of my modules. That. Oh no! Here we go.
I'll mute myself for a minute. I'm gonna eat some cookies.
Yep.
Hmm.
Create group players. Create group hostile NPCs.
Oh boy. Here comes more stress and start killing more people. It's like, their intent is not good.
All right. Well, I know who's got what initiative. However, we're gonna have Abigail re-roll. Can I do that? Yes. So why don't you roll a d8 for me?
A D8.
Yep. Plus your dexterity. So d8 plus 3.
That's fine.
6. Looks better. Okay. So technically you're tied, but ties go to the players. So you know that somebody has fired an arrow out through that open doorway.
Mhm.
And Kang is aware because you hear the clattering of the arrow above you.
I was like, tunk. Oh shit.
So you guys are first. What do you want to do?
Mind if I go first?
Oh no! The only thing I'd be doing is I would run up to the desk and hide behind it, because at least to get me some kind of shield.
Go up behind
Okay.
this thing and
Yeah, that's all I was
Yeah,
gonna
you
do,
can
was just
just
run
cover.
up.
Are you just going to move up
Yeah,
there and duck?
yeah, that's all I was gonna do. That one.
That's
Just
fair.
like, I don't know if there's another shell in there. I don't know if it's a shotgun, 2-shot.
Sure.
Mhm.
Okay, so Abigail's up.
okay. So if I move here, who can I see through the open door?
You can probably see. I mean, if you peek around, you can see all of them.
Okay, but using the wall as a bit of cover as well, it would be
You'd be able to see all 3. Yeah.
okay. So I will move to that square
Uh huh.
and shove the spear at this guy.
Okay.
And attack.
Okay. So you always do at least your shock damage
Yeah.
with melee attacks. So you're going to do 5 points of damage to this guy. So would you describe for me how you murder this person?
So I come up to the side there, lower the spear coming from the left side.
Uh huh.
So I still got my right side against the wall,
Uh-huh.
and I just shove it as hard as I can into the stomach, and then twist.
Okay. So yeah, you have totally destroyed this guy, even with just the 5 damage.
Okay, dead number 1.
And that's your turn. Now, on seeing that, his companions. Oh, that one sticks. Interesting.
Nicely done, Brian.
Ooh, that one runs. That one's.
No, that one sticks. Morale, they got to roll under their morale score, and they both did.
Oh. Okay, so the morale's reversed, so they got to roll under a
Yeah.
number instead of.
Yeah,
Okay, that's what I'm trying to figure out.
That's
Somebody
old
rolls.
school D&D morale.
School
You got to
D&D,
roll
yeah,
under
it's
your
like
morale score.
the
yeah.
AD&D that
Yeah.
I'm used to, yeah.
So this one comes running out, and this one comes running out. and they both lash at you with these nasty looking scrap blades that they have.
Ooh.
shit.
Ooh.
Remember, that's not a critical hit.
Yeah, there's
I
no-
know,
I
but still.
No, when you
Oh,
see a 20,
Yeah, I'm
it's
sorry,
not,
but you
it's
got
not going
the-
to
you
be a
got the
mess.
player-
It's not going to be a mess. Is
It's
it?
still 20. It's like the owl.
The important thing is the trauma target, which did not hit your trauma target. So that one does 4 points of damage to you as he lashes out with his blade and strikes you maybe along your right arm that's holding that spear forward. And the second one, not making a morale check, making an attack.
Calm down, Kenny.
I don't think hits your armor class, correct? Or does 15 hit?
I'm not, 15 hits.
Okay. So that one, also not hitting your trauma target, does 3 points of damage as he kind of comes in low and tries to get you and gets a solid slice on your leg.
Thank God I rolled high for the hit
For the
points.
hit points,
Right?
Yeah,
mate,
thank God. That's why I was like meat shield. I'm gonna make armor for you. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna.
Let's get her some armor. Aye, she's got all those hit points, but we need some armor as
Okay.
well.
Oh, that's right. Let's just add insult to injury. Unconscious. Okay. So,
Hey,
Cheers.
all right.
he's gonna play dead.
Better than dead, aye. It's better than dead. I'll take it.
It's better than dead, yeah. So it's your turn. What do you guys want to do?
I'm gonna let Abigail go, so she can skewer another one.
This guy right in front of me.
Okay.
Go on, Abigail.
So
Ooh.
an 11. Oh, does not hit. However, you got that sweet
damage.
shock damage, which does. So yeah, you're gonna do 5 points of damage to that one. Which again, tell me how you kill him just with your shock damage. You can literally just kill them by missing.
Mm-hmm.
Thank God I suggested the spear. It's like,
Oh, that's me, my hand to hand. Basically, it's the same way. Just go straight for the gut. Give it a good twist.
Okay, and that one drops dead. And so now this one needs to roll morale again.
Fail, bitch.
Succeeds. He's all in. He is all in.
it's a
All right,
steal,
what's
this
Kang
one.
doing?
well, I got shotgun in hand. I'm gonna hit him in the head with a shotgun. Like basically just. hit him
Okay,
with a
so
button.
that'll be an unarmed attack, which is on your sheet.
Okay.
It's not built for that, so it just basically works as an unarmed attack.
Yeah, he's like, okay. Yeah, he's like, I'm not good with the shotgun, but it's like, improvised weapon.
So yeah, just hit the attack next to your unarmed attack on your sheet, near the top.
Okay, there it is. Attack. I guess. Rolls as is.
13.
Okay, so a 13 does hit. You're gonna do 2 points of damage to him as you just hit him with the butt of the shotgun in like his upper shoulder area. Kind of staggers him back a little bit, but it's not enough to really do anything. However, you have drawn his attention because although he's just seen this person kill one of his friends, you've actually hit him. So he is going to round on you with this nasty, jagged-looking scrap of metal and lash out at you.
Yes.
Oh yeah, and he's not going to hit your armor class. However, he does score you across like the shoulder where maybe one of your straps has kind of fallen to the side and deals a point of damage to you with shock damage.
Okay.
Oh, well, it depends. What's your AC?
14.
Oh yeah, so he hits that. So yeah. Okay, you guys' turn again.
I
This
look
guy's
at
fighting,
Abigail.
so
I look at Abigail. It's like, kind of give him the finish look.
Finish it.
Oh, she's just like, yeah.
oh yeah, that'll do it.
Ooh, a 22.
Go on, Abigail. 3 for 3.
See, would have killed him both ways. It's like I already did.
Can
2
you
points on him.
imagine if you hit that trauma target though, doing 24 points of damage with a
24.
spear?
Oh, yeah, Jesus.
But no, 8 is definitely enough, as we've discovered. So, go ahead.
But this time right left part of the chest finds that space between the two rib bones and just shoves it right into his heart.
Okay. Yeah,
Nice
and he
Abigail.
drops stone dead. And you don't hear really any other movement.
And I was unconscious through all of it. Didn't have to witness any of it. No stress for me. Ha.
Exactly right. Exactly right.
I'm
You're
chilling.
the lucky one.
I'm chilling.
So,
I never had a doubt. I knew you had it, guys.
So,
Well, my death
obviously
counts
this,
up to 5.
Nice.
obviously
Yeah,
this is kind of over. Or although we'll see. Do you want to look around? I mean, you left somebody here.
Ooh.
Jacob's been chilling out at the base.
No,
watching it for
Francisco.
everybody.
Francisco.
Or Francisco, rather. Francisco.
Yeah, let's find him.
Yeah, we need to find them.
Okay.
Well,
So
I mean,
you-
I was like, I probably
Well,
want to
I'm
get
not
him
doing
out of the
nothing, so
door.
I'm chilling.
Are you gonna go throughout the rest of the place and make sure it's clear?
Yeah,
All right.
I'll go
So
through.
yeah, it
Kang,
doesn't take you
care
long.
of Charlemagne.
Yeah.
Okay. It doesn't take you long, but definitely you are able to look around and figure out that everybody is gone, essentially. Oh, Francisco, that's right. That's one of your guys.
Yeah.
You find Francisco in the storeroom, tied up, and awake. He's not unconscious or anything like that. But yeah, the rest of the place is clear.
Okay.
Alright,
So
well, that's like-
very quickly, let's just give you some stress here for Kang and Abigail. 2 points of stress for killing another human being. It wasn't your first kill.
No.
You did kill more than one in the scene, so that's 3 total. They were threatening your life. They did attack first. So
Yes.
and they were not helpless, not violent. Uh-oh. A friend is mortally wounded. That's another one.
That's 4.
Oh. So you guys take 4. Oliver, you are going to take 2. You are mortally wounded.
I'm unconscious. I can't do shit. I take stress.
Taking a mortal wound, that's stress.
Oh.
It might get worse for you too, actually, though. So we'll see. Let's
That's
see.
2 for me. Okay. I think that's about time to go mental for me.
Well,
When
hang
my
on.
10 minutes
Let's
is
see.
up and I become conscious again.
Okay, I should have had you do this when you dropped, Oliver, but go ahead and do
Right.
it now. You need to make a physical save.
Okay. Is this save or die here?
Not necessarily.
Not yet. Made it.
Success. That's a good one, because basically what you were saving against there is whenever you suffer a mortal injury, or if you're dropped to 0 hit points in the same scene as receiving a traumatic hit, which you did, there's a chance of you suffering a major injury. So you make a physical save. If you succeed at the save, you are still mortally wounded, but you suffer no extra consequences if someone can stop the bleeding, which is what happened.
Okay.
Things that can happen with major injuries. Instant death is one of them. But there's also just a flesh wound. So it's a chart, basically, that would be rolled on. And I think it's just a straight D12 roll on a D12 chart. Stuff like right leg ruined, left leg ruined, right arm ruined, like stuff that can hurt you for a long time. But you succeeded, so you're fine. Maybe it was just a load of buckshot that took you and just knocked you out. Okay, so I'm assuming you free Francisco.
Yes.
He apologizes profusely. He says he was out taking a leak. He didn't want to do it in the auto shop, and they got the drop on him and pulled some fabric over his head that smelled really bad, and then tied him up and dropped him in here, and they were going through everybody's stuff.
I've added 2 stress.
So, not long after, your other party returns. They have, and I think I already added it, right? Because we did that roll first. Yeah.
Yeah.
They come
You
back
wanna
with some
pay-
non-perishable food goods and see like what's going on. Sophia runs to Charlemagne's side and tries to, do what she can over the next hour or so. With everybody's help, you drag Charlemagne close to the fire in the garage, get him laid out on a sleeping bag, and Sophia does what she can to assist him.
But
Is
we
he
only
okay-
got 4 stress from that fight.
Yeah, just 4.
And 2 for
Okay.
me.
And 2 for Charlemagne. Charlemagne is awake by this point. After 10 minutes,
10
you
minutes.
recover with 1 hit
Okay.
point.
That puts me
Um,
2 over my wisdom.
Okay, excellent. So we'll come back to that in a second. Let me make a roll for Sophia to try to assist Charlemagne. So heal +1 with intelligence. She's going to go ahead and use your med kit since you have it. And she is successful enough. So she supports you for a while and is kind of taking care of your wounds, cleaning them with some boil. Not while it's boiling, obviously, but clean water. Applying clean bandages. And although you're still injured, obviously, because you're at 1 hit point, you feel like you're going to be okay. And so you are not frail
Lose the
any
field
longer.
condition.
You'll just need to, you'll just need some healing. And you could potentially, if you wanted to, because she's already done the rolls for making you better and not frail, you could potentially use a first aid kit on yourself to try to recover some health.
I'm going to do that.
Okay.
So I'm rolling heal. And I've got... Do I get a plus from having the kit?
No, you're just rolling the heal skill. The
Heal
kit
and
is going
wisdom.
to allow you to actually heal yourself. Intelligence or wisdom or dexterity, whichever is better.
Wisdom's the best for me.
Okay.
10.
So with that, if I recall correctly, it is a D6. Yeah, D6 plus your heal skill level.
So the +1.
Correct. So D6 plus 1.
3.
So you get 3 hit points back.
Okay. I'm back to 4.
Okay. Sophia offers to support Abigail. I don't know how badly Abigail is hurt. Well, you're not even at half. It's up to you.
No, I'm at 7. A little bit wouldn't
You're
hurt.
fine.
Okay. Or I guess, well, no, let's not have Charlemagne do it. He's resting and taking care of himself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let Charlemagne take care of himself.
Let him rest. So Sophia, after Charlemagne's done with it, Sophia comes and grabs the first aid kit and will attempt to do the same kind of immediate. Oh no! And unfortunately, she's not really able to help you.
Yeah. Hey, it was worth a shot.
She tries. I mean, she cleans your wounds and everything, and you'll heal naturally, but she's not able to really help at this point. You feel better, just not hit points better, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like, you've been
Like the
looked
bleeding,
after.
it's been bandaged and the bleeding stops.
Right, exactly.
Stuff like that.
Let's see. What else do we need to do to clean up?
We got 4 bodies there. I was just trying to figure out if I can get some of the other people to get rid of the bodies out of there.
And we've got to eat for the day.
Yeah.
Okay. So do you want to see what they're carrying? If anything?
That's what I was doing. I was going to meet while they're doing that
Okay.
one. I was like,
So
I
yeah,
was having...
some of the other folks will come over and help you. Just kind of go over them. And where are you going to dispose of these bodies? Right outside your base?
No.
Or do you want to maybe walk them down the block a ways and get them away from you?
Yeah, I'll probably get those people who are better shaped than us to get rid of them.
Sure. Well, I mean, 2 of you on a body won't take you that
Yeah.
long to get them out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just kind of toss them in the snow a block or 2 away. So yeah, as far as what you're able to get off them, though, anything useful? Let me go to them. So one of them had a bow, obviously, and some arrows remaining. All 3 of them have, maybe with a bit of puncture from the spear now, but still serviceable, usable armor.
Ooh.
Oh,
Huh.
that reminds me.
Ooh.
Who rolled a 20?
Was it Abigail?
Was it Abigail?
We'll scroll up, find out.
Yeah, Abigail
Yeah,
got
it was
20.
Abigail.
Against
spear.
who?
A spear attack on one of those guys.
Yeah.
Was that the first one?
Abigail. No, that was her. That was her
The
last
second one?
attack. That was the third one.
The,
Oh, the third
the
one.
scavengers
one.
rolled a 20.
Oh, against who?
That was against me.
No, you
Okay.
rolled a 22. You rolled a 22.
Yeah, I rolled a 22, but
That was a
also the
natural
other 20
20.
was from the
It
scavenger.
wasn't a natural 20 though, was
No,
it?
no.
Was
That
it
was
not?
them. No.
The reason why I'm asking, let me double check the rolls here. So
No,
attack
Brian rolled
roll
a 20. I remember
that
Brian
was a
rolling a
natural
20.
20. Where's
It was
Abigail?
actually an 18.
Was it?
Okay, so
Yeah,
it's not
because
on
I have
Abigail.
+4.
Right.
Oh.
The reason why I'm asking is I did realize also that 1s and 20s do something with the condition system. If you roll a 1 with an attack roll with a weapon, the weapon's condition goes down by 1 because it's damaged. If you roll a 20 against somebody and they're wearing armor, their armor
goes down.
condition goes down 1
Okay.
because it's been damaged.
Yeah.
So that is potentially a concern. I don't think anybody rolled a 1 with a weapon.
No.
So
that I
yeah,
know
okay,
of.
so we're good there. So anyway, like I was saying, I was wanting to check that Abigail didn't get a 20 because all 3 of these guys are wearing like pieced together leather armor, leathers, that if you want to strip them off their bodies, you could definitely use.
I mean, I do.
All of what's that?
I do. You see, he starts
Okay.
taking
I
off.
think we should. Yeah.
All of them obviously also have winter clothing. If you wanted to recover, but then that means you're dragging naked bodies out in the snow. It's up to you. You do what you want.
I say we do it because we're gonna need it because
Take the
in case
clothing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me open. I'll put all this
They
into
were
the
going to
auto
take
repair
our
shop.
lives, so yeah, let's take.
They did, yeah, they did try and they didn't give up either. They didn't run. So okay, so armor. I'm gonna add 3 leather armors to the auto repair shop,
Nice.
and then if people want to take them, they can use them.
I'm gonna grab
I'm
that.
gonna add 3 winter clothes to the auto repair shop. And then as far as weapons go, all of them have these kind of nasty looking ragged scrap blades. They're essentially tech level 0 knives that are not balanced for throwing. So you can keep them if you want. You can also break them down for parts, but I'll put those in the auto repair shop as well.
Okay. One had a bow, right?
and one had a bow.
I've took one of those leather armors. Is that okay, guys?
That's fine.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
What-
Did you already move it to your sheet?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, does Abigail have armor or no?
No.
Abigail does not, I don't think.
I say Abigail grab one and give one to Sophia, because I got my strap.
Sophia already has armor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay, that works.
So Abigail's going to take one. I'll delete one then.
And...
So there's still a suit in there if you wanted to use it or break it down. It's tech level 0, so it's
Nah,
not very helpful.
Keep it as a suit
maths-wise,
of
but
armor, and somebody else
somebody
can
else
grab it
might want
later.
it.
I think.
Yeah, I'll just set it in there.
But yeah, I'll also move a primitive bow over because it
Oh,
is
and
just a primitive bow. It looks handmade.
So I
And-
look at Abigail and I put at her and I hand her the shotgun. I was like, hey, you could use this better than I can.
Yeah.
Okay, here's
And I
it's a
am going
shotgun.
to give Abigail my box of 20 shotgun shells that's at the warehouse.
the
So
extra
there's,
box.
there's a box of shells in there, Abigail. They're yours
Yeah,
now.
it's-
Okay.
You can take them.
So yeah, if you wanna move that over from the camp sheet, you can.
Yes, you can
Let
grab
me
them
know when
over
you've
from
got
the
it,
camp
and I'll
sheet.
delete it. But also, I'm moving to the camp sheet a worn quiver, like leather fabric quiver of arrows, but unfortunately it only has 3 arrows left in it. Arrows are not transferable with crossbows. Crossbow bolts, they are different things. So, did you grab the shotgun shells, Brian?
I grabbed shotgun shells,
All right, so those are deleted.
and then I need a shotgun.
Oh, right. I guess that would be helpful. Huh. All right.
Yeah.
So,
So we've still got a primitive bow, 2 primitive bows unclaimed.
Weapon.
2 primitive
shotgun. There we
bows.
go.
Where'd the second one come from?
It says there's 2, quantity 2.
Did I put 2 in there? No, there should only be 1. Where's
No,
the
that's
other one?
encumbrance 2. It's not quantity 2. My
Yeah,
bad.
encumbrance.
Yeah,
sorry,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
2.
Yeah, it's encumbrance 2.
Oh, there's the shotgun. You're gonna grab it.
Yeah, I got the shotgun on my sheet.
Okay.
No. So,
And
gentlemen,
delete
I
it.
gotta ask: do we want to switch out winter clothes for the ones that got fucked up and take theirs, so we don't have to wear down?
Because
Now.
mine.
Nah, I'm not worried about it.
Nah, not yet. We can keep
Winter
them though.
clothes are winter
We will
clothes,
keep the
man. As
spare
long as
winter
you have
clothes. though.
enough. Yeah.
Okay.
your clothes are still, they're not going to have any penalty until they're ruined, essentially.
Okay.
Then they just won't be helpful to you anymore.
Yeah.
Also, as you were saying earlier, you're correct, Max, you can repair things.
Mhm.
But again, it takes the right type of scrap.
Yeah, I understand. It's just one
Speaking-
of those.
Hang on, speaking of scrap, each of these guys also is carrying some scrap on them. Not the
Huh.
scrap that you guys had stored up, but things that they apparently have brought in with them. So, for each one, I'm going to make a roll here to see what we get. So the first one has 3 tech level 2 scrap.
Ooh. That's good to repair boat bags, backpacks.
The second one had 1 tech level 0. That's not great. And the third one had 4 tech level 2 scraps. So 7. Is that right? 7 tech level 2
Yeah, I believe so.
and
Yeah.
1 tech level 0. I'll put that all on the sheet as well.
So, was there any discerning markings, like was one of them wearing like the red little hoodie thing I was looking at?
So, good question. Although, they might have some scraps of red on them, maybe one of them had like a red t-shirt on underneath their coat, you wouldn't say that they were covered in red, and they certainly, none of them have that kind of red handprint or anything similar to that you've seen. This looks
Okay.
like just some scavengers found your place and found an opportunity with Francisco outside taking a wee and decided to see what they could find.
All right,
You
all right,
notice
no-
that you notice that none of them had any food on them, which might be why they were fighting with such ferocity.
Yeah. So, do
Speaking
we
of
want
food.
to deal with my stress?
Oh, yes, we need to deal with your stress. So you're 2 over, right?
I am, yes, 2 over.
So, the first thing that you want to do is you
Mhm.
want to make a mental save at -2.
Mental save at -2.
I should have
Oh.
it set up to where you can add modifiers now to your
Yes.
saves. Okay.
Oh, nowhere near.
Okay, you failed. So, you now have a choice. You can suffer a breakdown, in which case, just to be clear, a breakdown is going to give you a temporary condition that will go away once you have lowered your stress. But your stress doesn't go down, it stays where it is, and every time you take additional stress, you risk having another breakdown, which will add another condition that will stick with you until you lower your stress. So you can do that, or you can become hardened and take a permanent condition tied to your psychology, and then also effectively be able to ignore the first point of stress you suffer
5 minutes.
in any stream. Yeah. Oh, you're tying them. So, do you want to take a breakdown and try to get back under, or do you want to get hardened?
I'll take a break and try to get under.
Okay. So, you actually get to pick one of the breakdowns.
Okay.
So, Death Wish means that you cannot willingly retreat from combat, and your maximum hit point total is decreased by 2 points per character level due to your recklessness. Withdrawal, you draw into yourself and refuse to acknowledge the situation, taking refuge in calming thoughts and soothing delusions. You can fight only to defend your own life. You cannot do anything that would require a skill check, but you can handle simple tasks. Indulgence, you desperately seek solace in food, drugs, or other pleasures. You will eat or consume all food or recreational drugs you can obtain as quickly as physically possible, and will spend all of your time in self-indulgent behaviors unless herded by your teammates. You can fight only to save your own life, and make all skill checks at -2 penalty. You cannot refuse a preferred drug or other indulgence while the breakdown is in effect. Cowardice, you are overwhelmed by fear of death. You cannot fight and will flee or hide from all combat and other significant physical perils, and will do whatever you must to avoid danger or harm. Confusion, you are dazed and horrified by what has happened. You can only think of events that inspired this breakdown. You cannot act on your own initiative. You must be told to do things by someone you trust, after which you may choose to carry out the request normally for up to a scene before your thoughts drown you again.
Yeah, the last one.
You want to take confusion? Okay.
Yeah, confusion.
So, I thought at one point I had a place on your character sheets to put these conditions, but I might have removed it. I'll add it back in and I'll add it to your sheet.
Okay.
Let's see. So, you failed, undergo a breakdown, you pick one. While a breakdown is in effect, you do... Oh, okay. While a breakdown is in effect, you do not gain more stress regardless of what happens. Breakdowns end when stress is reduced to equal or less than the PC's wisdom score. So that is a benefit. You don't suffer more
Okay.
stress, but
Yeah.
you are now confused, and so you basically have to be told by your party, hey, do this, and then you can do it for about a scene, and then you lose yourself in confusion again.
Okay.
Now, that's done. We need to eat. So
Yeah. So We
You've
currently
still
have
got 8
8 and 8.
perishable meals.
Yep.
So you guys, all 7 of you, I believe, need to eat
Yep.
today because only 5 of you ate yesterday.
Mm.
So you're down to 1 perishable meal, some of that fine deer meat left over. And then does Charlemagne or Sophie want to try to work with Abigail? Only one of you can do it. You can only get that benefit once
I'll
per day.
try and work on
essentially.
Abigail.
Okay. So
So
go ahead and
I'm
make that roll.
Rolling
Heal plus
heal
intelligence
plus
or wisdom. You know, I'd let you roll charisma too, because it is you're like talking to her and trying to.
Well, my
Bring her
charisma
out a
and my intelligence is a 12, my charisma is a 14, my wisdom's a 15. So it's. Well, saying that, if I
Yeah,
can use
but your
charisma,
charisma is a
I've
plus
got
2
a 2
bonus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I can do heal charisma.
Yeah, that's
Sweet,
fine.
Sweet.
Because you're just talking. You're not
That's it.
actually.
That's ideal. Come on.
Yeah.
There we go.
So, yeah, that was successful. So you can bring your stress down by 1,
There you go, Abigail.
Okay.
and then somebody will have to help you tomorrow. But at least for the next day, you're going to be confused.
Yeah.
All right. Do you want Sophie to talk to Charlemagne?
Yes.
Okay. So Sophie, because I think Charlemagne's still up there, right?
Oh yeah, it's still very high.
Sophie will talk to Charlemagne with her intelligence and heal. Oh,
Not this time.
and fail. Maybe you're just too worked up from talking to Abigail and trying to breach her confusion that Sophie's just not really able to make it through to you.
Okay.
And she finds that very frustrating. So she's now at 10 stress
Well, she's getting up there
of
as well.
14. She's at 10 of 14. So she's in the red zone. But yeah. Okay. So I think that's everything for today. And that's probably a good place for us to end the session today as well.
Yep.
We end this session with a lot of stuff in storage in the auto repair shop, and I will make accessing and working with that better. We end with 13 non-perishable meals and 1 perishable meal, so we have essentially just 2 days for this group of 7 people. Yeah, you guys are going to need to find a decent, larger source of food soon if you want to be more effective. But we did scout a hex, so I'll need to add the scouted marker to that hex for next session.
Oh, and we
You
get
can remember
XP.
that.
Is the XP at the end of the session or the start of the next one?
Oh, at the end. So yeah, you each receive 1 point of experience for scouting that hex. You will also receive 1 point of experience for dealing with a threat. These scavers that broke into your base.
If we go to level 3.
Oh, does that bring the 3 of you to level 3?
Yeah.
Yep. Level 3.
All right. So I guess we should handle hit points and everything like that right now too. Then.
Let's do it.
Just like last time, and let's do it one at a time so we can see what's happening. Don't everybody roll at once. But let's start with Brian. Brian, you are going to roll. Let's see. You have hard to kill.
Yes.
So for Abigail, you're going to be rolling 3d6 plus 6 to see if you can beat your current total.
Roll. No.
Okay.
16.
You did not beat your current total. However, you always
Still get 1.
increase your hit points by 1. So your hit points go
That
up
goes
to
to
19.
19.
Doesn't change your current hit points. Just changes your maximum. Okay. So then we have Max, you're next on my screen. So just 3d6 for you. You want to beat a 6.
I hope to God I do.
You did. So 13 is your new maximum.
Yay.
Oh. Brian, you do want to add 1 to your current hit points because you're going to gain the amount of hit points you added to your
Right.
current.
So there.
So Max, you're going to add 7 to your current hit points.
Okay.
So you'll still be down some, but not all, obviously.
Okay.
That's where you would be. Okay, and
Okay.
last but not least, on my screen is Oliver. You're going to go
3d6.
ahead. And yeah, you're just straight 3d6. What a beat a 9.
Ooh,
12.
that's a
You
12.
did. So you're up to 12. That's a difference
So I'll
of
gain 3 just
3.
now.
So your current hit point should be at 7. Yep.
Yep. And how do I change my
Maximum
max
at 12.
to 12?
12.
How do I change it? Where's the
Just
maximum hit points?
where you're under derived stats, HP, change the 9 to a 12.
Oh, yeah, see it. Nice one.
There you go.
And we get stuff added to our skills and that too.
You do. So you get 3 skill points.
Okay.
Max, you're educated, are you not?
Yes, I am.
So you get 4 skill points.
Yay.
Again, skill points are... Oh, you're also level 3 now, which means your maximum skill level goes up, I think. Let me double check that.
To a +2.
I might be wrong about that. Give me a second.
Okay.
I don't want to tell you and have you increase something and then have to change it back.
Yeah, we don't get another edge until what, 3 or 4? Or
Hang on, I'm looking for advancement.
new group.
I really should just... Oh, I can't because I don't have it there anymore. Okay, so... Where is advancement? It's at the end of this section, I think. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So at level 3... Yeah, so at level 3, your maximum skill level is now 2.
You've
It
got 3 points
costs-
to spend.
It costs 3 points to increase something to level 2.
Oh, okay. So I'm going to spend, because I've done a lot of it this session, I'm going to spend all my 3 points, put in heal from +1 to +2.
Okay.
So how do I change it?
So
Rank 2.
click on your heal skill.
I'm going to click rank 2.
What the cost increase in attribute?
Oh, that's a good question. So increasing an attribute is, hang on. Did you increase yours, Oliver?
Yes, I did.
It doesn't look like you did.
I did 1 to my strength.
No, I'm
Oh,
looking
can
at
we-
Charlemagne.
Oh,
I didn't do anything yet. So
Oh, okay. But yeah, so you just click on
Oh,
it.
you
and
changed the
then just
level
increase it.
thing. Yeah, you changed the level. So it's 3 points to do an attribute as well, is it?
So an attribute is the first attribute boost is 1 point. The second is 2 points. The third is 3 points. Fourth is 4. Fifth, the final, the last one you can do is 5 points. However, you are limited by character level there. So minimum character level to increase an attribute is level 2 for 1 and 2, 3 for 3. Then you have to be level 6 to do a 4th increase, and level 9 to do a 5th increase.
So I could do that at this point.
Well, you could, but keep in mind, when you increase an attribute, the break point is
Yeah, it is.
14 and then 18 for bonuses.
Ah, is it 18? Yeah, right. Okay. I'm going to put level 1 up to 2 on my heal, so that's the 3 points spent.
Okay. And so make sure that your points spent now says 6 and your skill points remaining is 0.
Oh, okay, now I can see that where that is.
Where's that on the sheet? Oh yeah,
Under the drive stats.
got ya. Okay, so I've heal at level 2. And then if I can use that with charisma, that's a +4 on the bonus I've got on heals now.
Yeah.
And picking the 2 best dice.
So Abigail, what are you spending stuff on?
I
You
just
increased
put
your
2.
strength?
Yeah, so I did 2 points into that to increase it up 1 more. I want to be able to carry
No,
more stuff.
it's only 1 point for the first increase on an
That's
attribute.
the second increase.
Oh god, I do have connect. This isn't
Oh, you increased it last time too. Gotcha.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Just trying to improve your carry weight. That makes sense.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I'm happy with everything else.
Sure.
Just want that carry weight
So
out.
the increase to 0 to a 1 is how much?
That is 2 points to go from 0 to +1.
Okay.
If you're buying a new skill that you don't have at all yet, that's 1 point
Okay, that's
to
what
get
I
it
did.
at +0.
Gets it to, no, that gets it to -1. That gets it is from -1 to 0, doesn't it?
Yeah.
First time. Yeah.
Yep.
Except the short, but I gotta get going.
Are we done with all of your increases? I think we
I am
might
done.
be.
Yeah.
I am done.
Oh
Yeah.
no, there's one final increase, but you can think about this for next time. When you hit level 3,
Yeah.
as you just did, you earn a new edge
Oh,
because we're doing enhanced characters.
nice. Well, we can do that off stream.
You get an edge at level 3, and you're going to get another edge at level 5, and then that's going to be it for edges.
Okay.
So yeah, take a look at the edges for next time. You
We'll
don't
do
have
that
to make a
off.
decision now.
Yeah, we'll do that off camera.
Yeah, we can go off and say goodbye to everybody.
Cool.
Hope you guys
Bye.
had fun.
Yeah, that was a fantastic session, Brian. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Brian. Thank you, Max. Thank you, Brian. So, yes, viewers, thank you very much for tuning in. I hope you're enjoying watching as much as I'm enjoying playing. I'm RxOliver. This is the gang. This is Ashes Without Number After the End. See you in 2 weeks for episode 5. Ciao. Mwah.
Have a good night.
Bye.